Oh man, I love this hero. He's just so fun. It's so satisfying watching the punches land and come in. Like when he works, he's insane. When he doesn't work, he's just horribly disappointing. Basically, you just charge in and die. Kind of feels bad, man. I love the mobility of him as well. Like, you can pretty much get just about anywhere, and you can punch Winstons around all over the place. Oh, the bomb connects! Logic's coming up big on the Tracer. Logic's is a fucking sick Tracer as well. Almost gets the punch onto a wall, doesn't quite do it. Not quite enough charge to launch him there. But the distance you launch people is based on how much you charge that right click, so you want to charge it as much as possible just to launch it for people. Do you think his kit is the strongest of the direct damages so far in the game? His abilities are definitely really fucking good. Whether they're the strongest, maybe. I mean, the thing with Doomfist is without his abilities, he's useless, right? He's completely dependent on those abilities. And if you don't have them, you're just going to do nothing. Got a high noon coming out from Swoosh. He's looking for anything he can find. Just getting nipped at by the soldier. Doesn't manage to quite do anything with that. Doombox, though, going in big. Gets rid of Zappis on the back line on that soldier 76. Doesn't quite land the punch there. Tracer, though, Ube coming up big with the Pulse Bomb. Gets rid of the Winston. Does kill Doomfist in the back as well. We'll keep this payload hopefully rolling pretty soon. Logic, though, comes in for the cleanup. And we'll just keep stalling it out. Oh, these Tracers are so good. Tracers are just fucking legends. Fran, trying with the high noon, does get one. Fact Fiction goes down. Team America's main tank player, I do believe, is Fact Fiction. Logix, meanwhile, I believe will be playing for Belgium, off the top of my head. Definitely a scary player. One of our opponents in the group phase. How many people at once can you punch with the right click? I believe it's just one. I don't think it's a splash effect, it's just you hit one person. And you send them fucking flying. And if they hit a wall, they'll take a shitload of damage. But Doomfist, oh, how it drops from above. How does Splash deal with barriers, Bowl, Orion, and Ice Wall? I'm not 100% sure. I believe it might not go through barriers from the epicenter. Oh, Tavik just gets fucking smashed, and then you have the hello. Hey there. Greetings. I do really like Doomfist's voice. That deep Nigerian voice. Actually, one of my old chemistry teachers was a Nigerian guy. He was like 6'7" or something. He was fucking enormous, and he had the deepest voice you could possibly imagine. He had a very, very thick accent. It was a real. The thing is, he was nice to listen to, but he put you to sleep. Like his voice was so like bass. Holy shit, Bliss. What fuck? Okay, just huge thanks. Fraggy! Looks like Fraggy survived that, so I don't think Fraggy took any damage from that. Do I have health bar switched on? Let's make sure that's turned on. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Thank you for that donation. Bliss, that's kind of insane. I'm not sound ungrateful, but I'm gonna spam this in chat. Yeah, Jesus. Enjoy your golden gun. Watch your backsides. Let's see. They have a meteor strike. They don't really have any combos with it. Maybe Fraggy can try for something with an Earth Shadow. No, it doesn't look like it. And they're gonna use the beat drop. Boombox gets fucking smashed, but for some reason he got booped up, and I'm not sure quite what did it. Does get hunted down and killed by the Tracer though, so it looks good with that. Like, one of the cool things is like a lot of stuff sets up other parts of his kit. So the way it works is like if you, for example, if you tap someone with a right click and then you can uppercut them pretty much immediately. If you do more than a tap, then you'll knock them quite far back, so you won't be able to do that. But if you just tap them, you can punch them, and then you can just shoot them in the air. You can just uppercut them, punch them in the air, and then try and land the left shift, the ground slam on the way down, for example. Like, a lot of his abilities chain very naturally into each other, so you can just sort of set up a roll and start killing people. Thank you, Nazgul, by the way. It's hugely appreciated, man, for 3 months. It's some good hype going. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. His ultimate does 300 damage if you're in the center circle. If you're outside of that center circle, it just gets steadily lower to about 150 on the very rim. So you're going to do at least 150 damage, which is still pretty meaty. Like, it's still pretty strong. Considering that he's immortal while he does it as well, like, it's very hard to prevent that, and it's just like a good survivability tool for him as well. If you're dropping low and you just ult, then you can get out, you can reposition very quickly, you can reposition for free effectively as well. It's kind of nice like that. That's a hefty chunk of damage. It's a very hefty chunk of damage. Zarya comboing with him is pretty intense.
Switching sides.
Damage in the circle. So the way it works, like while we have a little bit of downtime, let me let it program epic pen. We'll go over here. This. Close this first. This. There you go. Well, there you go. So the way the ability works is if you, like when you are ulting, you have like two circles. Two concentric circles, and the middle one is like shaded in. Anything in this middle circle will deal 300 damage. Then as you get further and further out, it'll deal less until you hit the border where it'll deal 150. So yeah, that's exactly how it works. And when you start your landing procedure, basically the enemy team will see this sort of red circle where not Boombox, being distracted by Boombox, where Doomfist is landing. And they'll have a moment or two to move, but you only have like 2 seconds or a second to actually try and get out of the way. If you are mobile, if you like being mobile, then you can usually get out of it. Was Doomfist line when nano boosted? I'm not sure actually, I haven't heard it yet. Boombox has been fucking weird. Always a concern. Let's see what Boombox can do though. Hello. Hey there. If he doesn't shout power. Oh, Zappis! Fucking smashed! So this is actually the kind of fight that's completely ideal for Doomfist. It's so close quarters that it's just like he can hit everyone with his smash and then just get tons of shield, so he won't die easily. Who should I main now that Reinhardt is dead? Winston, probably. Unfortunately, Reinhardt will probably come back at some point. Unfortunately, I think Doomfist is kind of the nail in the coffin. If Reinhardt and Doomfist charge into each other, Doomfist wins. It's kind of sad. He's hacked now, though. He's completely fucking useless when hacked. Like, hacking Doomfist is ridiculously strong. There's just nothing he can do. He's so weak without his abilities. Sombra, like, if Sombra EMP hits him, he's just destroyed.
My ultimate is charging. We're setting dust. Get this moving.
I want to see what Zappis does. Like, let's see what this Sombra can do. Gonna be looking for the Doomfist. Comes out of stealth very early, actually.
See you later.
Like, they're just biding the time, waiting it out. Picks up the health pack, goes in, looking for targets. Absolutely everyone caught in this, pretty much. I don't think they caught Fact Fiction.
Winners stay on the payroll.
Wow, good advice there coming out. Oh, for God's sake, Tavik and Boobox missing each other with the Shoryukens. Shoryuken! Just completely whiffing. Feels bad, man. I think it's going to take people a little while to get used to how melee range this character is. Like, just getting used to the punching mechanics, getting used to getting into people, make sure you're in range, and then just following up very naturally and smoothly when you do land that combo. Pharah and Mei are both ridiculously strong against him. Pharah I can definitely see. Mei I'm less sure on. I think Mei can slow him down. It is fun just watching these guys just bounce around all over the place, but the Genjis are just sort of running rings around him. Unfortunately, despite what that really fucking cool animated trailer made you think, Genji and Tracer actually do kind of diddle on Doomfist quite a bit. It'll be awesome if Doomfist could charge vertically. It will be overpowered as fuck. Let's be real. Oh, that was a bit of a weird interaction. Boombox gets the fuck out of dodge. Doesn't manage to quite find anything there. Punches a wall. Feels bad, man. Does catch the Lucio, but doesn't have his punch available. Does now, just slams him into the cliffside. It's just disgusting, ladies and gents. See what Tavik can do. He just gets killed by Soldier 76. This is one thing I've noticed again. Soldier 76 just seems to have a very easy time landing a lot of damage onto him and just killing the shit out of Doomfist. Doomfist, if he's like in medium range and Soldier can just shoot at him, he's just donezo. I feel like his gun is just a better diva gun. The thing with Doomfist's gun is that you only have 4 shots, and you need all 4 to kill someone. So he does 66 damage if you do a full body shot. So you're gonna need all 4 shots to body shot someone. Now, if someone does get in close range like that, and you get some headshots, then yeah, it'll be pretty crazy. Ultimate's going off. Let's see. Doesn't land the punch, unfortunately. Doesn't seem to land the uppercut either. Does just get the hell out of dodge, though, with that ground slam. Looks like Tavik's going to follow up. Can't quite keep up with him at the moment. Looks like he's just going to peel off instead, go for the enemy Winston. Looks like he's got Boombox in his sights. Doesn't land the knockback into the wall, unfortunately, so only does 100 damage with that. I say only 100 damage like it's a low amount. Looks like Boombox has come back, though, and managed to confirm the kill with the help of his friendly Lucio. I think Lucio is going to be very important for this hero as well, just to get that speed boost, keep that mobility high, and make sure that he can close into the distances that he likes to fight in. So I think that Lucio Doomfist combo is going to be pretty natural. Again, I'd really like to see Ana with him, although I think Zenyatta pairs extremely well with him. Like Zen, if you just punch whatever's been hit by the Zenyatta orb, it's going to work extremely well. It looks good for stalling. Well, one of the cool things is you can stall with your ultimate. Holy shit. Holy moly. Does the gun build shield charge? No. No, it does not. Only his like punches, only actually using the Doomfist will give you that ultimate charge. So you've got to sort of use your abilities to do it. The ultimate does as well. They just slam around. Meteor Strike. If everyone's bundled up, this could be absolutely huge. Looks like he's going to try and cut off the Lucio. It doesn't manage to find anyone. It's also important to know that this ultimate seems very, very finicky. If people are on different elevations, you will do 0 damage. So if they're even like a tiny bit higher, it just does nothing. It's a very, very flat plane of damage, which seems like a bit of a bug at the moment. But he's brand new on the PTR. No shit, there's going to be issues. And probably balance changes. Is 3 supports viable with Doomfist? You might be lacking a lot of range with that. I'd be concerned about the lack of range. Holds back on the punch. Again, one of the big things that I've noticed with the punch is that if you cancel it, it will go on cooldown regardless. Ultimate's going off absolutely everywhere, but Tavik and Boombox having a bit of a brawl. One of them has a sound barrier, the other one doesn't. He's trying to set up for the punch, doesn't quite find it. I think Tavik wanted to try and get some kind of counter punch. Will just back out, jumping down to the point. Deletes Lucio with a wombo combo, just takes him down, ladies and gents, and there we go. Payload will keep on rolling forward. It's being stalled out a little bit. Winston does get knocked back. Won't take too much damage from that, though. He's perfectly fine with that. Only 100 damage with that full charge punch, of course, unless you hit a wall when it's 250. And that's pretty goddamn meaty. Fraggy now forced to run back to the spawn. Ube gets the kill before the charge can land as well. Meteor Strike comes out from Tavik. Looks like he's looking for that Lucio, but if you just put it on the payload, you're not going to do any damage, son. There we go. Lands. Crushes Swoosh by the looks of things. Does get finished off there by Zappis on the Soldier 76. Looks like the payload will keep on rolling. Fact Fiction taking a lot of damage there. Is going to go down in no time. These right clicks from Tavik are going to be absolutely devastating on a Winston, of course. The Doomfist pretty good at annihilating tanks. Looks like he's going to try and get set up on this Lucio. Again, punches him into the air. Fraggy coming in with a finishing blow just to clean up with that oh so easy Winston DPS. Boombox actually dropping gauge too low as well. Forced to run away. He's going to have to pick up a health pack right now as the payload is still not quite going anywhere. Infrasight now coming up. So they will know exactly where people are going. These right clicks could be absolutely huge as they do spot out that Widowmaker, keeping it safe at the moment, trying to survive and trying to make sure they're not going to be taking any of those shots. Looks like the enemy Widow has been completely shut down just by the Infrasight. There we go. Infrasight now runs out. They're trying to engage once more. Just biding their time. Boombox taking a little bit of smash in the way in. Punches ring past each other. Looks like Boombox managed to connect. Tavik goes down nice and early. Boombox now getting ready to try and get into that back line. He's charging from a very high ground though, so will sneak his way into the back now. He's on to Fran, looking to get rid of that Widowmaker, but Widow just zipping out of a line of sight and will now just camp the spawn. Can't punch into spawn there, son. Nope, there's a wall there, so hey. Nothing going to be happening with that. Looks like he's going to go and zap it. Does punch him into the wall. Meteor strikes. Will contest on the point as well. Trying to probably peel off this Lucio. Does get pulled away from it. Does do some good damage to the Lucio actually. Doesn't actually get onto the point though. Does kill Lucio though. Once again, Jay's HD having a bit of a bad time of it. And then just gets sniped off by the Widow. Worth mentioning that Doomfist does have a great big melon on him. Really big head. Quite an easy head hitbox if you ask me by the looks of things. Will go down pretty easy to these Widows. So we'll have to be a little bit careful. Looks like, there we go. Red team will win. Thought Defran was banned suspended. He is, but it's not that hard for people to buy an extra account. And this isn't an actual competitive event, so... naturally, someone so invested in Doomfist is going to... someone so invested in Overwatch is going to play on a different account. He can't be a part of any competitive scene, like, ever, I think. His career is completely fucking dead, basically. Winston scooping up play of the game, doing Winston things, punching people, flexing, acting all cool, even doing the flare kills. Feels good, man. Looks like these might be winding down, so we might be playing some Doomfist ourselves pretty soon. It looks like everyone's peeled off. Which is kind of a shame. I was enjoying the shit out of these. Hopefully you guys have had fun with it too. Because, man, do they see the ult target? Only when he confirms it, you'll see like a red ring appear. Looks like people might be getting more in. Good. PTS sub-games, are you just doing quick player arcade? We'll probably do some PTS sub-games. Well, not sub-games, just free-for-alls. But I want to try and see if more people come into this, because this is, like, infinitely more useful. For me and for probably everyone in just assessing how Doomfist actually works, how Doomfist actually plays. As much fun as it would be. Speaking personally as someone who's very interested in sort of the mechanics and fitting Overwatch together, is like, how does all the pieces interact, how does it all work, how does it, like, functionally understanding how the pieces of the game work, it's kind of, this is way more useful for me. So we'll see if this can be picked up. There might be some players continuing. Because Tavik wants to keep going. Tavik is like one of the fucking hardest workers in Overwatch. Like, I massively salute this guy. He's just really fucking intense in terms of how hard he works. Otherwise, guys, have you guys tried Doomfist? What's your impressions of Doomfist if you have tried him? Let me know. Recommend me a new hero now that Reinhardt's dead. Winston's the obvious pickup, just to maintain that sort of tank role. Otherwise, yeah. What do you see as being Doomfist's main counter? Sombra? Probably not Sombra. Sombra's just a bit too fiddly. Like, it's a bit too complicated to try and do... Like, to try and shut people down with Sombra is just really complicated. I say Reaper's a better counter. Soldier. As long as you can maintain distance with Soldier, which is going to be tricky, but... you just kill him. Like, he's very, very vulnerable to DPS, basically. He's fucking enormous. So, yeah. Can Doomfist charge, destroy, bypass, Junkrat, bear trap? No idea. Literally haven't tried that. It does go through barriers, that much I do know, so he'll just penetrate through a barrier, but yeah. Can't Doomfist one-shot Reaper through, though, with a charge? Yes, but landing that charge on Reaper is going to be difficult. If the Reaper's paying attention, he just Wraith forms when he sees the charge come in, and then you're dead. You won't be able to do anything against that. So, yeah, it's one of those things of, like, sure, if he lands, like, against anyone, if Doomfist lands the charge, he'll have a massive advantage, but you're not always going to land that charge, and you're not always going to land that charge with a wall smash as well. If you don't do those things, then Reaper will just demolish him, because he's so big that Reaper will just keep self-healing and just kill him. I played some games earlier today where I was playing Reaper, and I was just eating Doomfist for breakfast. It's not that hard. Will Doomfist charge be the next Hog Hook? It'll be the next Hog Hook, definitely. I see people getting very frustrated with it when they just get punched and killed. The advantage of, like, Doomfist charge compared to Roadhog Hook is that Doomfist charge can put you out of position, while Roadhog Hook pulls the victim out of position. So, even though Doomfist can get a kill, sometimes he'll just leave himself vulnerable when doing so, and therefore he will just get killed, basically. If you jump, then it's shift, then E, you can reach some really high areas. Yeah, you can really climb. Like, you can really move around vertically, but the danger of climbing like that is, you don't have your abilities anymore. So you get into position, but you won't have abilities. That leaves you quite vulnerable. Any idea if Symmetra's beam is broken when you uppercut? Will she still lock on in the air? She should still lock on in the air. You don't jump that high, you'll just get killed. Marisa was built to counter Doomfist. How outfitted this role do you think she is? If Fortified blocks all of his crowd control and abilities, then sure, but if like the Doomfist just waits out Fortified, Doomfist will win every time. Doomfist will destroy her. I think he's overhyped and seeing how he gets destroyed by Farah. I think Farah is going to be a very hard counter. Like, if they run a Doomfist comp, then you just run Farah. Like Farah Soldier and just play distant, and you should be okay. So I think on any pharmacy map you won't see Doomfist, but what's nice is if the maps are relatively closed in, or if it's a bad Farah map, then it will work fine. The man Luke playing. No, this is Luke. One of the coaches for Team GB. Let's see. How did you get to watch these guys play? I have connections. I've been a part of this community since the very start. I assume we think he'll combo well with Zarya? Yes, he'll combo extremely well with Zarya. I think Zarya plus Doomfist will be really good. If Zarya gets a little bit of a buff, it can definitely come back. It's a pretty big if though, if Zarya gets that buff. Otherwise, Zarya's just still a bit too slow. I really think, like, once Tracers are used to Doomfist, I can see him being quite weak, again, in that regard. Like, Boombox is back for more. A buff to what damage? Buff to tempo in general, like, she's just very slow in terms of what she can do. Maybe a little bit of cooldown shaved off, who knows. Like, I won't... If Tracer gets nerfed, then Zarya could come back in a little bit more, maybe, but she definitely might need a bump up in her ultimate charge rate. Looks like we'll have another game. Should be good. Hey, Driuk. Blizzard, how can we fuck the players? Maybe they're all that can kill anyone anywhere. It looks like we got a game, boys. Yes! Like it. Watching pros. Let me go to this screen. Oh. Black. Come on. Let me black. Oh wait, I know where it's black. There we go. How we doing, chat? Like, if you've tried a bit of Doomfist earlier, most DPS destroy him, but he's especially good against D.Va, Rita, and Ryan. That was kind of my impression, that he's an extremely good tank buster, and if you land the right clicks, then you will just smash people. But yeah. Boombox, the little traitor. The little traitor. It looks like they're going to be setting up for a little while. Otherwise, yeah, like today, I was expecting kind of a quiet day today, but no. Blizzard have other plans. It was literally yesterday I was talking to Team GB and basically saying, you know, because we were talking strats after some scrims, and it's just like, yeah, guys, just remember, like, Doomfist is on the horizon. They did the tease the other day for Doomfist, if we follow sort of a Risa schedule, that means he's going to be here in a week or so, or at least on PTR in a week or two. And it's just like, oh no, he's on PTR now, and yeah, fucking hell, they wasted no time at all with that. They're still setting up teams. I saw a couple of Ryan lols. Why doesn't he have a cosmetic? They're still being implemented. It was kind of the same with the Risa as well. I think only a couple of them were in at first, and then more of them will be added when they're ready to go. Stop being a pussy, let's go, says Tavik. Let's go, boys and girls. We're going to be playing a game. Well, we're going to be watching a game. They're going to be playing a game. What do you think of the animation style? I really liked it. It looked like the studio that did Legend of Korra, or like did a lot of the Avatar Legend of Korra. They've done promotional work for Riot as well. So yeah. Put health bars on. Boombox insta-locking. Insta-locking the Doomfist.
Excited about Doomfist, and really hoping they fix Rain sometime soon.
Thank you, Georgie. It's hugely appreciated, my man. Well, the fatty 6 months. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, Reinhardt. I think Reinhardt's just subject to meta. Like, as long as Dive's in meta, Reinhardt will never be quite that good. He just needs to be more mobile. There he is. The lad we've all been waiting for. I'm going to turn on my local recordings as well. This is one of the weird things you can do with Overwatch's camera. Like, you can lock it onto someone. It is kind of strange with how it works. And does make people a bit motion sick if you just keep it on. Very fiddly to use for right. Okay, I guess. Will Doomfist sit and won't be as cute as Orisa's? Yes. Yes, it will. That's a promise I can make you. Let's see how he fares on Hollywood. If he can get the dive proper, it should be pretty good. Looks like they kill the turret. They've got a Sombra on defense as well. They're running... Oh my god, the comp that they're running is just disgusting. Again, using that mobility to take the high ground pretty much instantly. Kind of what you expect. I mean, this dive should be pretty fucking strong coming out of Doomfist. Like, just punching straight into the enemy team. See what Tavik's up to. He looks like he's managed to push back the enemy Winston as well. Doing a good job with that. Boombox biding his time. Could get Torbjorn into a wall. Does do so and just deletes him. Jesus Christ. Now he's on the back lines. Got on the Ana. Deletes her as well. Boombox going absolutely huge. Orisa smashed into pieces. And that should just be about that. Doomfist dive. Pretty goddamn strong. Tavik managing to stay alive, actually, doing quite a good job just fighting in these alleyways, but does go down, but not before Luke comes in on the back with that Diva. Does get the cleanup kill there, and they will be defending a little bit longer. They will have EMP as well, available for next fight, judging by the amount of damage done here, so pretty good. Boombox, though, looking good on Doomfist. I don't think Blizzard will just find another one-hit KO here after they nerf Roadhog, with the reason I'm not liking heroes with one-hit KOs. The thing with Doomfist combo is that it's a little bit harder to get working. Like you saw there, it felt like that could have been one, that wasn't one though. And Doomfist, when you use that combo, you are putting yourself in a position where you might be killed. Like, Roadhog's combo is very safe. You just throw the hook, you land the hook, you get the kill. Doomfist is not safe. You charge out, and then you can be out amongst the enemy team, for example. You're engaging when you're using it. Roadhog can get picks, but Doomfist, it's more like an initiation rather than, like, getting picks. Doesn't land the shot into that Zenyatta. That's actually a pretty big loss. Of course, we have line of sight advantage, but still. Feel like that should have landed. Oh my god, Boombox, though, with the money ultimate. People thought they were safe hiding in the cafe, but Doomfist doesn't care about rooftops. Oh, into the wall! Into the wall! Feels pretty good, man. Feels pretty good, man. Looks like they will be capping it.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
Moving with the payload.
Oh, man. Let's see what Boombox can find. Just uppercuts. Hello. Punches the Winston off. Tries to get out. Does take a shitload of damage though, and down he goes. Like I said, if you fuck up on the initiate with Doomfist, you are just going to get smashed. Like, it does not go well for him. That vertical mobility though is really pretty good. Long range, not so great, but this could be an easy kill. Doesn't quite find the wall, unfortunately. Does manage to find this, though. Will sort of, he uses that right click, by the way, just to change his vision. Lands on the Lucio, deletes him. We'll get rid of that, no problem. Punches Genji into the payload. Oh my lord. Just like the fucking cinematic, Genji crush into a car. Love it. Love it. Can Doomfist be killed mid-ult? No. You basically leave the map when you do that jump. Apparently there is a model just super high in the air. Look, he's got an ult ready. Doesn't manage to find the Soldier 76. Might be looking for him now. It does 300 damage. Just has to be a little bit careful. Trying to get onto the Soldier. Does have the Discord orb on him as well. Will be enough to clean him up and finish him off there. Punches the Ana. Gets the Ana kill as well. That assassination coming in from nowhere. Boombox coming up big. Holy shit. Yes. Yes. Please clip these. I want to use these clips because they're fucking juicy. They are so goddamn juicy. So the punch not quite working out there. Let's see what Tavik's up to on the inside. Trying to build up a little bit of barrier there. Of course, the more people you hit with that slam ability, the better your shield will be. You get 30 shield per person you hit. So if you hit multiple people, you're going to have quite a lot of shield for the next fight. Looks like Boombox using the uppercut just to get some line of sight advantage, get out of the way and use it evasively. It looks like Tavik doing the same thing. They're sort of getting used to using it to move around a lot. I still think they need to work on, you know, getting the combos right, but of course it's the first day. It's literally like the first time these guys have been playing these heroes. So it's no surprise that, you know, it's not perfect yet. I think once it does start getting perfect, it will look super good and it will really get something done. First impressions, looks like a bronze to platinum carry. I think in like low ranks he's going to have a really hard time. Tavik coming out of nowhere, jumps into friggin' orbit.
I am personally seeing to the payload.
I am personally seeing to the payload, apparently. I love how brutal these animations are. He just deletes people. He just destroys them. Merciless. It's what you want out of a villain, right? You want that goddamn just smashing. Like, smashing. Smashing. Comes out of nowhere and just beats people up. Boombox does get a good hit there. Doesn't quite get the wall smash though. Looks like Tavik did onto the Winston because Winston tanky enough to survive that. Payload's rolling forward. Swoosh actually a little bit out of Tavik completely surrounded. Trying to get back to his team. Manages just to do so. Will linger that little bit longer. I'm losing frames like crazy in game apparently. I'm on like 40 frames per second. What the fuck is going on there? Overwatch please. Oh, I know why. Let's turn this off. No, it's not gaining me any frames. Why am I so low on frame rate? What is happening? What is going on with my frames? I don't know. PTR things. Looks like it's going back up now to 60. Ugh. Boombox getting a smash. It's worth mentioning that every time you use that uppercut, Doomfist shouts out, "Rising uppercut!" Ryan said it reminds him of the guy in Jackie Chan Adventures, which I completely agree with. Who always yells out his insane attack move names. So, ultimate's being used all over the place. Still haven't seen the nano. You can see the uppercut. Like, the uppercut, it gives you a really nice setup as well for the punch. So if you manage to land the... Poor Luke. Poor Luke. So if you do manage to land that uppercut and you have punch available, you will just delete people. Wish he'd shout just once, sure you can. Yeah, I know. I know what your longing is, and I kind of agree with it. Boombox almost has an ultimate available. Might be trying to get onto this Winston. Does just use it to re-engage instead. We'll just corner him and brutally smash him to pieces. This could be a very dangerous place, actually, as yeah, it's very easy to just punch people into walls here. We'll be able to clear the point with that as well, and we'll just smash people down. That last point on Hollywood is pretty good for Doomfist. It's just basically like an arena where they can just smash stuff.
Switching sides.
Doomfist acts like every anime hero ever, with the exaggerated punches flying into the sky and shouting out the names of his moves. The big bad Nigerian is a total weeb. Judging by what he did to Genji, I think he smashes weebs. Reminds me of Sagat's Tiger Uppercut. Yes, that's actually exactly right as well. One sec. Is Farah counter to Doomfist? Not like super directly on Doomfist himself, but Farah comp will probably beat out a Doomfist comp, in my mind.
You know, they asked me to be in a movie once.
Boombox, enjoying his mantle, apparently is the best Doomfist in the UK. Bless him. Looks like instead today, though, he's opting for the Genji. Not playing Zenyatta, which he's so known for.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's see what Tavik can do. They leave the spawn. No gimmicky comp here so far either. So no like Orisa comp hiding pretty far back. Boombox a little bit vulnerable, won't quite get hit by that smash I think, will just manage to dodge out of the way of it, does retreat him further back, but honestly I find like if you're retreating into this back corner I think this is going to work very nicely for the attacking Doomfist because he's going to have a lot of walls to just push people against. Also it's worth mentioning like Discordor plus Doomfist is fucking brutal. Zen Doomfist seems to work extremely well, from what I've noticed. It just, like, if you just punch whatever's been discorded, you're going to smash them. This room is going to be a complete slaughter if Tavik gets any kind of advantage. Almost gets onto the Zenyatta, but still even gets close enough. Cleaning up, filling up the kill feed. Tavik goes big. Love it. Love it. So I think, like, if you're fighting against a Doomfist and you start getting cornered into these small environments, he's just going to tear you to pieces. A bit like how Reaper works in that way. He also seems to be pretty good at getting this high ground. That said, fighting in these more open environments, he might be a little bit weaker. Like, this is where he might actually start to slow down a bit. It depends if he can get close enough, and then, like, can he find the angles to get the punches? Like, in this little alleyway over, sort of above me, that could be very strong for him. Swoosh jumps in, V follows up, and manages to get the kill. Let's see what Swoosh is up to on the opposing red team Doomfist. Getting the punch, doesn't manage to get the Diva in the back though, collides with the dying mech, so not going to get anything off the back of that by the looks of it. The rest of his team, no issue cleaning up. Boombox sat on a Dragon Blade. Worth mentioning, FYI. Let's see. What can these guys find? Tavik. Getting ready to go deep. Slams in, gets a good hit in, gets a lot, and just slams the Lucio into the fucking wall! It's just merciless. Dragon Blade goes up, but of course Transcendence is just there to counter it, so nothing coming off the back of that. Swoosh also has the orb on him. Will take quite a lot of damage there. Winston going low. Swoosh gets ignored. As such, does punish the enemy Doomfist. Let's swap back onto him, see what Swoosh can find in the back line. Trying to get rid of a couple of these people. Jumps into the air. Let's see if he can find anything to hit with it though. Just before Winston trying to get away. Looks like he's maybe going for the Diva, but Diva just rockets out of the way as well. No harm there, no foul. Drio surviving without too much issue. Now forced back. Tavik is forced back in the fight. Does have uppercut himself. Has to be very careful using it near the payload because if you do land on sort of a different vertical surface, you won't actually get that damage. Looks like he's going for the Zenyatta. Zenyatta Transcendence is just to survive it though. Tries to get out, doesn't manage to do so, so will go down onto the backlines there, now hunting down Swoosh. Let's see if he can find anything. Looks like he's just going to try and use that mobility to get into the backline, trying to get onto the Winston, can't quite find the angle. Now looking for the Tracer, but Tracer just outflanks him. Destro scooping up the kill and will retreat back to the point, just, well, back to the spawn, just to regroup, but not before Louis gets the kill. Feels bad, man. Lemo Doomfist with uppercut and so enemy Doomfist. Oh, that's actually true, yeah. Like, if you're on a different elevation, you just won't take damage. You might even be able to jump and dodge it, like, from what I've seen. The height difference required is kind of very minimal. So I think they need to fix that, the Z-axis on those ultimates. Oh! I think we got player of the game, lads. I think player of the game's been found. Drio just scoops everything up. Doomfist is pretty meaty. What is this? These are pros that are just scrimming, or like pros and semi-pros now, scrimming, trying out Doomfist, trying him out in like a more competitive environment. And Boombox just got smashed by Tavik. Feels good, man. And yeah, it's been pretty crazy. Like, the reason why I'm watching these rather than playing is because this is infinitely more useful in learning kind of how Doomfist works in actual games. Because these guys are playing like semi-serious at least styles, where they're playing proper team lineups. They're actually trying things out, trying to make stuff work. And as such, we're getting to see Doomfist in like a more natural environment, like he more will appear in high levels of ranked, for example. Like, this is basically a high-level ranked game with Doomfists in it that these guys are playing in. So yeah. You see, like, I love that uppercut. It's just such a good setup. It just, like, the thing with the uppercut as well is when you launch up, you actually have a very slow drop rate. Like, you don't drop like normal. Oh, Kodak. Kodak, no! Kodak! Goodbye! Goodbye! It's so satisfying. Like, I love the I love how meaty these ultimates feel, how brutal they are when they connect, and how brutal all of his abilities feel. Like, Blizzard are so good at doing that and making these heroes feel very specific. Doesn't wave the charge there to knock someone back into a wall. Will just jump his way out and just ride to freedom. We'll survive. Does that smash ground pound thing? Ugh. Does that smash ground pound thing stun? It's a small stun, right? It's not a stun. The right, like his punch will stun for a very brief period of time, and it will act as an actual stun, so it will interrupt channeled abilities like Roadhog Heal, Deadeye, Whole Hog, anything that's channeled will be interrupted. The knock-up, like the little ground smash thing, it's just like a little small knock-up. Doesn't actually stun. It might slow slightly, but I don't think it's like that big. It's more like like the knock-up is more like the slow component, where you just get sort of bounced into the air and you can't really move that fluidly. Then Doomfist will just wreck you. That was brutal. Boombox just got fucking denied. Couldn't do anything there, just gets punched away by the Doomfist. Winston also getting smacked about. Might get the better of him in this fight though, by the looks of things. Will use that ultimate though just to get away. So again, you come in ultimate, looks like he's going to hunt down the Zenyatta. Zen forced into trancing as well, just trying to survive that. Tavik crosses back over his own Zenyatta, so Will get that heal. Will also get the sound barrier, so Will be surviving that a bit longer. Tries to charge through the fight, doesn't manage to find anything. Tries to get onto the Diva maybe. Can't quite do anything yet. Doomfist vs Diva, absolutely strong matchup for the Doomfist if you can land the hits. Defense Matrix will stop practically nothing that Doomfist is trying to get done, so very, very strong counter to Diva. A lot of people are predicting that Doomfist might be the end of the Diva meta, and yeah, we'll see where it sort of develops from there. So if they're running Diva and you run Doomfist, you should be able to just smash the Diva into pieces. How much damage does the shift do? By the shift you mean like the little hop? Well, actually all of his abilities, aside from the punch and his ultimate, do 50 damage. So the uppercut does 50 and the ground pound does 50 as well to everything it hits. The punch does, I think it's 50 to 100 damage, but it does more damage if you hit people into a wall. So when you hit people into a wall, it will do up to 100 or 150 more damage. Like hitting people into, do like 50 more damage, I think, like if you just tap it and you tap them into the wall. But if they're on full, if you like smash them on full charge, you'll do 100 damage for the punch and then 150 more for the wall slam. So it's pretty big. Does Flashbang work on his charge and other moves? It should do, yeah. He doesn't have any kind of Orisa or Immortality. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like, it's pretty fucking awesome.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
Send out another tweet. See if Doom, yeah. Hashtag Doombox. I love mobile heroes and glad he's one. Yeah, he is. Social Darwinist with a scientist gorilla and a pro gamer mech pilot, of which is like one big three-man walk to a barge. Like, also the animated shot was cool, but Tracer's bronze level A and she takes a million shots of Doomfist, but none of them get past the arm. Yeah, it's kind of funny how like ineffective Tracer looked in that. Like, Doomfist just sort of stood there going, It was a cool animation, though, don't get me wrong, it was a really fucking cool animation. Doomfist doesn't have a reload in its primary, right? Correct. So if I go and spectate... So you see those 4 things in the middle? Every time you fire, they'll start recharging. It takes 1 second for them to come back. So you can fire all 4 of them, and then you can wait for them to recharge, and they'll constantly recharge as you do. Or you can just, like, try and space them out a little bit. Oh, the Duke! The Duke from Tavik goes into the air, just dodges it, no problem. I like the Reaper pick here from Kodak. I'm actually going to jump on board with that, because I think that Reaper will demolish Doomfist. Like, if the punch doesn't land, there's just nothing you can do about the Reaper just shitting all over him. Doomfist's mobility, pretty fucking sick, I'm not gonna lie. Yuki gets punched off. Bye! Bye! That poor Winston just went fucking miles. Feels good, man. Feels fucking good, man. Let's see what Tavik's up to. C6 on a full body shot, yes. It does 11 damage per pellet and he shoots 6 pellets. Looks like he's going onto the Reaper. This is not a bad decision. It forces the Reaper back. Hacked now. The hack is so strong against Doomfist. Like, you are so vulnerable because you're just stuck using your left clicks. They aren't really that great. Like, they're good, but they're not amazing. They're not like what you would expect out of a DPS hero. Kodak comes in with a big kill. Does just scoop people up. Rez also picking people up again. Reaper, I think, is going to be like a good answer to Doomfist. What I like about this is that if it does get rid of the Diva meta, it will make things a little bit more dynamic. So, for example, if they're on Pharmacy and Diva, then you can maybe run Doomfist and Soldier. Maybe see how that works, or maybe just try and kill the people on the ground with something more divey. It'll be kind of interesting to see how it develops. So, Sights goes off. We see the Meteor Strike come out. Looks like he's just sort of biding his time. Will just try and land on the Soldier. Gets the Soldier. Almost gets the Lucio as well. Doesn't quite land the shots, of course. The projectiles that he fires, so they aren't hit scan, they are projectiles. It's a little bit finicky with how it works, so be very careful with following Doomfist near edges, though, as he can just punch people off. It will just survive that little bit longer. Gets back onto land as well. Feels pretty good about that. And it's looking quite nice. Mercy scooping him up, keeping him alive. And extra healing. Doesn't land the punch in the long distance. I think these long distance punches are going to be quite difficult. Looks like he's just experimenting with the mobility at the moment. Trying to get to the health back, but Soldier's there to shut him down. Soldier 76 seems real fucking good at shutting down Doomfist from what I've seen so far. Apparently getting more than 400 health after using ultimate is a bug. Okay, that's good to know. How much damage do the left clicks do? 66 per shot. How long before Ryan stops trying to reload when playing Doomfist? I did the same when I tried him. Like, it's just a force of habit. I think Boombox just did something very cute and tried to jump off. This is the zoom out, and you can see it's kind of sick. Oh, fucking hell. Might have ulted a bit too far there. Boombox having fun, jumping around off the edge of the map. Does get smashed down. Feels pretty bad, man. Got some UK ults in chat, I love it. Again, the hack on Doomfist, super good. It's like tack fires are coming out, let's try and get on the right person. There we go, he's just cleaning up. Reaper, trying to hide. Trying to play Ring Around the Rosies. We'll play Ring Around the Rosies, but we'll have a rocket for his trouble. So down he goes. I think, yeah, Doomfist ult has a couple of bugs with it. It's just a couple. He's brand new on the PTR, it's no surprising, there's a couple of issues. Looks like Boombox just smashed apart Zenyatta. If anyone knows how to counter Zenyatta, it's this man, Boombox. Looks like he's being chased by a Winston. Not a good fight for the Winston in my mind. Winston does not have a good time against Doomfist. Looks like he is being like relatively camped out. Looks like he and Luke are just sort of waiting for each other. Luke whiffs the jump though. Boombox gets caught on a fence. Can't charge through the fence. Feels pretty bad, man. Meteor Strike comes out, he's looking for a target. Now, the enemy team can't see this, like the circle it appears, but when you do lock it in, that's when you can see the circle. We'll get hunted down and killed though, so when you get out of position with Doomfist, you will die super, super fast. And this is why I think at lower levels, Doomfist is going to have a bit of a hard time, because if you do make mistakes with him, he's very easy to punish. Clearly they make these fences good in China. Blizzard really need to sort those fences out. He's going to try and go for it to be going big or going home. Doesn't quite land the shot there. Will use the Meteor Strike. Might actually get a bunch of people here. They're all bunched up. Mercy, no! Oh, that poor Mercy. I think he got Boombox as well. Boombox might... No, he doesn't manage to jump back in. He does get shot down while trying. EMP comes in, though. Will just stop Doomfist doing too much at the moment. The left click damage is enough to ensure that he will just start cleaning up on this point. Looks like they will hold on to it, and looks like 96% to 99. Still in overtime. Someone's still contesting. Looks like it's the Sombra, and she will just keep it alive for the team. Overtime is ticking down, though. People are getting back onto it. Doomfist, of course, appearing. Mercy almost gets punched into the wall there, but she's too close to the wall. If you are standing next to a wall, it won't count as being punched into it, so you do have to keep that in mind. You do actually have to, like, knock people into it. They can't just be stood next to it, which is kind of, it feels a little bit weird, but kind of interesting. It's worth noting. You know, like the new Genji in the lower levels? Yeah, I think that's exactly right. Like, if he's a good Doomfist player, he'll carry, but if he's not a good Doomfist player, he's just going to get melted. These games are pretty fucking sick. I'll probably just, like, cut this up and put it on the YouTube channel, because I think this is way more useful to anyone than any video ever made. Just watching this shit is so much better than, like, watching me or Sty or your Overwatch Central ramble about Doomfist and speculate. This is actual fucking info. Which is why I like this. It's why I'm so glad the pros did this. Preliminary thoughts on his place in a team comp. Off-tank role, flex players, probably going to be picking him up more than anything. And I think that'll work better. Really cute positioning out of the boombox. Doesn't manage to get anything with it, though. That was cute. If it worked, it would be fucking ace, but unfortunate. Unfortunate. Basically, it looks like his team's winning regardless. We'll just keep on pushing forward. Now, this corridor feels like somewhere where Doomfist will be fucking beautiful. Doesn't get the Diva. Drio managing to juke out of the way. Doesn't walk out into the speeding oncoming train that is Doombox, basically.
Welcome to Overwatch, Marcel.
Hello, hello, hello.
Thanks for the
Lazarine.
content.
You're more than welcome, my friend. Thank you for the sub. Good charge there. Lock someone into the wall. Like, these corridors, these tight spaces, these tight environments, Doomfist is just so good against stuff in there. It's so fucking important. If you're fighting against a Doomfist, you've got to be so careful in taking fights in these small environments, because he's just going to hit people into walls, and they're just going to die non-stop. Doomfist viability in Total Mayhem. He'll actually be very vulnerable to traces, I imagine. This is really cute. Can you get the slide right? No, you can't. Feels bad, man. Feels real bad, man. Boombox, no! Boombox, no! Why? Still gone wrong. So Tavik might have the bug. There is a bug right now on Doomfist where you can't charge your right click, so... Well, you can't charge your punch anymore, so yeah, it feels bad. I mean, Boombox seems to be enjoying his perch. Let's see what everyone else is up to. Swoosh, what are you doing? Tavik, are you back alive? Yes, you are. Let's see if they can even get out here. They almost have an ult ready. Tavik should have the Meteor Smash available pretty soon. Looks like he's holding on to it. He looks like he's going to use it for a survivability. There we go. So, ultimate's going out. Oh my god, this could be devastating. No one's there, unfortunately, though. Looks like Alicia managed to get away. Doesn't quite land it on the Diva either. But it looks like he will be able to clean up once more if he gets onto this Winston. There we go. Use the uppercut just to set up his shots. Should be able to punch this Diva away. The hat comes in, though. This could be what they needed. High Noon also coming in for the blue team, so Swoosh trying to get a couple kills. Doesn't quite manage to do so. Looks like FX will pick that one up. Tavik, how's it going, my man? Not quite so well just yet. Looking for targets. Does manage to get the Diva. It's important to note that if you try and punch a Diva as she's coming out of the mech, you will hit the mech. So what I found that, like, if you try and charge your punch to try and catch the Diva, it just doesn't work very well. This is sort of one of the small things I noticed.
My ultimate is charging.
And Boombox really likes his jumping around. Does manage to hit the Diva. Didn't look like she collided with the wall, though. Like, there's a very audible clunk when you get hit by a wall like that. I do think that's the case. Have to be very careful with these charges, otherwise he will charge off. He does have a lot of ways to get back on, although his abilities are on cooldown, so you have to be a little bit careful. Now if this comes out, can he punch the bomb, I wondered? Won't find out just now. Looks like Kodak. A lot of things to say. Charge comes in, hits the Zenyatta, doesn't find a wall, unfortunately. Doesn't manage to find the right clicks afterwards. They are a little bit finicky. They're not hit scan. Important to mention that because you will be surprised if you go and play Doomfist. The non-hit scan factor, like, you'll suddenly remember, like, you'll notice you're missing shots and go, huh? And then you'll remember, oh wait, they have travel time. They're a bit finicky. You cannot punch the bomb? Okay. Good to know. It'd be cool if you could. Oh, right into the fucking wall. Boombox goes big with the ultimate by the looks of things. Might be able to clean up. Looking for the Zenyatta. Misses on the shift and looks like FX will just kill him. So if you don't land that punch, if you don't land those abilities, you will just go down so quickly. It's pretty much all or nothing. He's a very all-in kind of character, which makes sense, right? He punches people. Immediate strike, looks like he's trying to get over the walls, having a bit of trouble navigating the terrain. Looks like he will make it, looks like he will even contest. Does manage to get onto the point, but instantly just charges off it. Launch friggin' miles there. And leaves the point.
Score 1-1.
So Doomfist, yay or nay? I think yay. I think he's fine in like regular comp. Whether he'll appear in pro play remains to be seen. I think he's gonna, like, people are gonna find very easily that he's quite easy to just kill, unless you're really playing heavily around him. I'd say that's my big concern with him, is like you just kill him. He charges in and he's so big and clunky that it's not like Genji where he can dodge shit and he can deflect and he has like all these outs. He's just this huge target that his only defensive abilities is his mobility and the barrier, and that's just really not that great.
Round 3. Capture the objective.
What's my three favorite heroes? In terms of like gameplay, Ana, Widow, and Tracer. In terms of character, probably Ana, Widow, and Tracer.
That's better.
Looks like the Winston will scoop up the kill. Boombox though, doing a lot so far. Doomfist getting set up. Can't quite find a target though.
Welcome to Overwatch, mon
Hey! Just a bit Gonzo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get some scrub hype going for Gonzo as Boombox tries to smash apart someone. Doesn't quite find the target as well. Blue team might be taking the point. Looks like Tavik though coming back with a vengeance, starting to smash people up. Again, these close confines are really going to do well for Doomfist, but not if he walks out into Zenyatta orb like that. Holy shit. But if he got walls like in this area up here, so if I just peel away. So in these sorts of spaces like this area, if you punch someone, they're going to hit a wall, right? So you're going to get that fucking bonus damage regardless. So I think Control Center is going to be real good for Doomfist. Sanctum might be the same.
Anyone need some healing?
Let's see. Tavik looking for an angle. Can he find stuff? Can he find anything? He looks like he got the Sombra. No, he gets hacked and can't do anything. And again, like I said before, if you get hacked when playing Doomfist, you are super, super useless and super, super vulnerable. Looks like he's on the Zenyatta though, sets him up with that smash and then just lands that right mouse button, gets the kill. Swoosh now even cleaning up on that back line. Should be pretty good. Trying to see where Boombox is. Boombox constantly in the spawn, not having a good time, even though their team has an advantage. Doesn't seem to be doing quite as much as Tavik is so far. Tavik almost has that immediate smash available as well. Should be pretty good on this map. Again, gets that bounce on that Winston. You see his health just decreases to half, pretty much exactly. But once he's stuck in the middle of nowhere, he's just going down. It's like Tavik dropping low, has to be careful, does manage to get the kill. Does still have that media smash as well available for him for a defensive ultimate. Looks like he's going to bounce the D.Va around. Gets the punch on the Boombox actually. Doesn't manage to get onto the D.Va, but that's still a valuable target. Will survive that little bit longer. Will knock V into a wall as well, so get that damage. You can tell that the wall damage has gone through when you see the cracks appear on the wall behind them. It's a good sign. Looks like he's just going to land on top of that. Do a superhero pose. All that kind of good stuff. Trying to find targets now, can't quite land anything there. Doesn't get caught in the hack though. Boombox comes in, might be setting himself up here for an easy punch. Doesn't get knocked into the wall, however. Will just jump away, gets followed by Tavik, but not before the barrier just gets into the way. Can't quite again get that wall hit. Will have the Sombra health pack so to keep him alive. Also has the Lucio here in support. Boombox misses the punch, the counter punch. Could be enough there, but not quite there just yet. Boombox doesn't manage to stay alive. Will start hunting people down. Right click battle. Sorry, I keep thinking it's a right click for some reason, but it's the left click. Like, it feels like that should be like the right click to me. I might rebind my keys. Who knows? I think this is actually a nice position. I really like this. Unfortunately, he punches the Zen. Zen doesn't give a shit. Be able to join on me.
I've got you in my sights. I've been knocked down before.
Team kill. Round 3, 1. Score 2-1.
McCree viable? I'm still not so sure. I think McCree still has a lot of issues with the dive. Let's see what these teams are opting for. Looks like Tavik's team, the red team, trying something a bit different. Looks like they're going triple tank with Doomfist. So I'm kind of curious to see how this works out, because we've mostly seen like teams try and run dive. We're seeing like the Sombra McCree coming out now. Should be good to watch the like an actual tanky lineup, see how it works with the Doomfist. My concern with this is like you lack range. So if you sort of look at the team lineup they're running, they just have nothing in terms of range. So a lot could come down to how this engage works. If they counter-engage correctly, then this could be brutal. Let's jump forward to Vik. So it looks like the enemy team that's sort of doing them a favor by just diving in. Tries to get onto Swoosh. Looks like the dive going onto the McCree. You can see McCree having a bit of a hard time dealing with it. Does get knocked into that rock, so kind of misfortune. Like an unfortunate placement there. And I don't think Kodak is going to be too much longer before this world. He does get punched off. After that happens, down goes the mech. Down goes everything. V does come in with a cleanup, but Tavik does so much fucking work. Feels pretty good. I haven't seen Sty join on me just yet, so he might have a couple of issues. If not, I can get Nuki to try and pick him up. Looks like Boombox just going to retreat out to Tavik though. See what he can find. Tavik's been doing a really good job with this hero. Like, Tavik has been doing nothing but play. Deletes the fucking Lucio again! Just smashes him apart. Like, Lucio seems to have a real hard time against this hero. It seems like one of the few heroes that can really just deal with all of that bullshit. Completely whiffs his combo there though, just gets completely caught out of guard by, off guard by Swoosh. McCree at mid-range against Doomfist, just one-sided as fuck. One-sided as fuck.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Don't let me...
You hear that? Meteor strike. Oh, let's break it.
Let me pull him in. Maybe I need to invite him, maybe he can't just join directly on me. Looks like Tavik, again, you see the McCree just backing up. Doesn't have too much issue. I think you're going to need more than just Doomfist versus McCree. Like, when you're fighting McCree, if you try and just solo a McCree, and he doesn't die to the punch, he's just going to CC you and back away and kill you. You might be able to get him with the right click, with the left clicks. Who knows? With the gun, I guess. The mini knuckles. Looks like they're opting for the Pharah though. They've got Pharmacy going. I think this is going to be real fucking difficult for a Doomfist base lineup to deal with it.
Justice reigns from above.
Hello there. They're taking our objective. Rising uppercut.
Let me see if I can get Stein just to chat a load of shite.
I'm back in the fight. My ultimate is
Or if he wants to quietly record this, that'll be fine too. You see, like, Boombox has really sort of been playing around a lot with the mobility and trying to just find angles. Keeps going for the Zen, and honestly, it seems to be working. Like, it seems like he's trading Meteor Fist constantly for the Transcendence, and that seems to be pretty worth it in my mind. Like, I think it's going to be hard pressed to do like massive volumes with the Hammer Punch, and yeah, go from there. So let's replace me. Ryan, if you want to get into this fucking shit, let me know. Like, it really feels like Boombox has got a handle on the mobility aspect of things. It's just like Tavik seems more effective actually in combat. I do love that fucking angle through there, and Diva just gets fucking run over by the enemy. So Tavik actually has a really good like set of abilities right now. Gets the Duke on with the Meteor Crash. Let's see if he can find any targets with it though. We'll just keep contesting the point. Lands on it, gets a good bit of damage on that Winston, tries to punch him into a wall. Looks like he's just going to go right through him instead. Gets a good hit there, but does get the hack on him. Won't be able to do too much with that. Looks like Destro, though, comes in with a rocket barrage. Can't quite find the kills on to the enemy team at the moment. Will get sort of bounced around here. Looks like the blue team doing pretty well for themselves. The swoosh, again, unmolested, just standing in the back. Should be no fucking problem just to start cleaning up here with these left clicks. Does get the kill onto the Winston. Does call out the high noon. Almost gets 3-0 with that fast charge that McCree now has. Of course, PTR buffs all in place. Destro cleaning up as well. I'm aware that's on live, but still. I don't know, my mind's still PTR based. Nixil doing a good job staying alive here. Might actually get the kill on the Pharah. Looks like it will happen. So Lucio gets the duel. Oh, Boombox just misjudging the distance. By the way, for reference, the charge goes 30 meters. Ayuki, Luke, in trouble. Dashes away as the Mercy will survive that little bit longer, so of course the full combo not quite landing. D.Va not getting punched into a wall either. Does drop the nerf this, but it is outside the point, so they will just be able to stand on it and contest it. And here comes the Meteor Strike. The Meteor Strike, of course, will contest the point even while he's in the sky. It does actually count as contesting, but Destro just kills him on the landing. It's very predictable where you're going to land with that. Like, the enemy team can see exactly where you're going to drop, and so you will just fucking die.
Score 2-2.
Game on.
Ready for duty.
Oi, this is no time for
This is no time for standing around. I also like the fact that Doomfist's portrait is just his chin.
Captain Amari, reporting for duty. There's nothing
5, 4,
Take the
3,
We will come
2,
down mission.
1. Round 5.
Alright, let's see how it goes. Let's keep an eye on Tavik. Tavik's definitely been doing better out of all of the Doomfist we've seen. I mean, it's no surprise he's been playing like Doomfist non-stop in these scrims, so he's definitely going to be the most practiced. Gets a good chunk of barrier off the back of doing that as well. Finds V in the back, doesn't get the hit onto the wall, unfortunately. Doesn't quite knock him back far enough there. Did have the charge, I think, to do it, but just maybe a little bit out of position. Gets a quick punch onto the Sombra, not quite enough to get the kill, unfortunately, and will get isolated and go down. Once the focus turns on Doomfist, he's pretty vulnerable. Might need some support. Beautiful punch, though, onto that D.Va. We'll just smash MF against the wall, and down goes Drio. No friggin' problem there. At least the Doomfist confirmed vids will end now. Oh yeah, Doomfist confirmed will end, but the cycle will begin anew, ladies and gents. The cycle will not stop. It'll be Soundquake next. When Soundquake? Soundquake when? Can Terry Crews voice Soundquake? Or it'll be another. Can Chris Pratt voice Soundquake? D.Va tries to fly in, just gets punched right the hell back, just bounced away here. Getting knocked around, and this is why D.Va, I think, will struggle quite a lot against Doomfist. Meteor Strike coming in. Everyone's sort of caught in a little bit of a choke point here. Luke goes down, everyone goes down, scooped up with no problem here by the Doombox. Zarya flattened against the wall, cleaned up by Sombra as well. Team kill, gong rings out, and Doombox looking pretty fucking good. Tavik's turn to retaliate, let's see. Hammond next. Hammond when? When Hammond? Well, do they have Grav? Not yet. So they might be waiting for the Grav to use the ultimate, because Grav plus Doomfist ult is pretty fucking scary. Again, I've still not seen a goddamn nano on Doomfist. I don't know what that voice line's like. Punch comes in. Looks like he's going to hold off on using the ultimate though. No one gets caught in the Grav. So no Grav Meteor crash combo, unfortunately, from these guys. Swoosh gets the flashbang, but gets a Doomfist from it. Feels pretty bad. For the opportunity to do my first short stream today on PTR, but start after 300 ping and constant server issues kept me off games. PTR is going to be laggy as hell right now. Just everyone's trying to play it, so it's going to put you on any server it has available, and you're going to get put onto bad ones. So yeah. Doomfist passive seems not very effective. Think of it more like a minor bonus. It's not going to be huge. It's not going to be a massive deterrent, but it is going to keep you alive until your initial engages. And like, if you hit a lot of people with the ground pound, you can get quite a good bit of barrier out of it. Tavik biding his time, calls out the Meteor Strike, goes all the way around, looking for targets, landing right on Boombox. Boombox mistimes the punch as well. Will maybe get out as well, just charges his way free. Doesn't even get hit by the EMP either, so keeping himself alive. High Noon caught by Swoosh, let's see where he is in the back, but D.Va, of course, eats all of that up, no problem. Boombox, let's see what he's up to on this Doomfist. Tries to get Tavik in his sights, does get Tavik in his sights, put a fist right in his bum, ladies and gentlemen. Down he goes. Boombox now doing a huge amount of damage, but will get isolated by the Winston. The Zarya going to be stopping a lot of what he can do as well. So Zarya quite good for countering as long as alongside dealing damage. And looks like Zarya again just the bubble stopping any of that ultimate damage actually doing anything. This could be a good punch though onto the sports, but no, Lucio gets booted to the high ground, managing to sort of stay alive. Luke will be just juking in the air, does get punched once again, bounced off the wall, barely staying alive, and will just barely keep going, does get the kill as well. Well played by Luke. Holy moly. Is there any Doomfists alive at the moment? Unfortunately not. Let's see what Luke's up to. Dueling a Sombra, gets the Sombra kill, oh, no fucking problem. Looks pretty good. Manages to get the kill on the Diva as well. Luke coming up big. PTR community game soon. I'd rather like do this first. We can do PTR games tomorrow, for example. But this is like the opportunities to do this kind of stuff is relatively rare. So I really want to focus on getting this, as much of this as possible, because this is really cool. They have grab combo coming up as well. So they will be able to do the ultimate combo and we'll be able to get a lot done off the back of it. High Noon called in the back, not before Doomfist can get on the point. If they can get a good grab, they could get absolutely everything. But of course the Diva is alive, so they're going to have a bit of trouble trying to get past that. They're biding the time. There goes the EMP though. Meteor Strike used just to keep alive and just keep the fight going. Going to try and get on this Diva when it looks at things. Will manage to sort of smash into her back as well, so you don't quite see it coming when it's landing behind her. Fire at Will comes in, but not before Swoosh scoops up the kill, and I don't think there's going to be quite enough here just for them to be able to take the point. Blue team will be able to hold on to it and will be able to take this series 3-2. In a few days when the game's more stable, absolutely, yeah. Oh, we'll play. We will absolutely play. When is your Hammond Theory video coming out? Oh, man. I haven't done theory videos in a long time. I deal in facts. I deal in facts, ladies and gents. I want to see if we've got any good clips. We check clips. So I want to tweet out some of these. My clips. What's nice is if people do save clips, I can see them in like a big library of like clips in my clips of my channel, and so then I can share them. Looks like people have been doing the job. Nice, I like it. I want to see if we've got any other like the boombox smashing people around. Yeah, you guys can watch me rather than just like leaving you in the dark. So this is just a meteor strike. This is the ultimate. Oh my god, it got straight for the Mercy! I fucking love how satisfying these are. Doomfist basically kills Reinhardt forever. So this is the ultimate. Oh my god, it got straight. Yeah, this is on the Mercy as well. I think, is this when Boombox just fucking killed everyone? Because there's a really good. Might be a little bit too. Little bit too late. Doomfist, and he just lands behind everyone, just puts the damage and punches Genji into a fucking wall. And Doomfist is on a rampage, ladies and gentlemen. What a play coming out of Boombox. Big man himself, the meme Reddit legend that is Team GB's. Feels pretty good, man. Like, these fucking they're just so fucking satisfying. I don't think Meteor Strike's a good ultimate. I think Meteor Strike's a pretty fucking cool ultimate. That's for the thingy thing. Let's see what this one is. Oh, no harm there, no foul. Drio surviving without too much issue. Now forced back. Tavik is forced back in the fight. Does have uppercut himself. Has to be very careful using it near the payload, because if you do land on sort of a different vertical surface, you won't actually get that damage. Looks like he's going for the Zenyatta. Zenyatta Transcendence is just to survive it though. Tries to get out, doesn't manage to do so, so will go down onto the backlines there, now hunting down Swoosh. Let's see if he can find anything. Looks like he's just going to try and use that mobility to get into the backline, trying to get onto the Winston, can't quite find the angle. Now looking for the Tracer, but Tracer just outflanks. Beautiful. Yeah, I want that Boombox one, but I need the start of the play in it. I'll probably get it later. See the cracks appear on the wall behind them. A good sign. And this is Tavik's fucking styling. Very nice. Very nice. Looks like the next game will be starting soon, guys. We're just between games at the moment, so we'll try and keep it going. The lobby isn't quite full. Boombox. Goddamn dirty traitor. Goddamn dirty traitor. What's a US team? I think it's pretty much tailor-made to combo with stuff like Grav and Shadow. Yeah, that feels like the idea. It's like, we've been watching TV use it quite a lot, and it seems really good for forcing defensive ultimates as well. Like, when you're sort of going up against tanks and shit, It's just like extremely difficult to get when you're going up against support ultimates. Zenyatta's like can't really get out of the radius, so if you just target on the Zen kind of has to use Transcendence. So it's very, very good for sort of getting people, getting rid of people like that. Just need a couple more people in the lobby, and then we'll get going with the next game. It's been good so far, though. Like, I've been learning a shitload about Doomfist. I've been learning so much more than just, like, playing him. I really want to play him, a shitload. I think he looks really fun. He looks just satisfying. Like, that's the thing that really gets me about him, is he's satisfying. Like, you hit people into walls, and it's just like, ha! And I've always loved that kind of burst damage, and I like burst damage on characters, so it's why I love Widow, for example. You just, like, you know, you just get that fucking one hit, and you just get the fucking kill. Did Doomfist actually get released? Yes. Yes, Doomfist is on PTR. Doomfist is live on the PTR. I think Doomfist charging a whole hog is going to be like Reinhardt charging into it? Yes, you will just fucking disintegrate. Pretty sure. I'm not 100% sure if you do get knocked back. Probably not, maybe, but you'll probably just die in the process. Like, you're just going to get obliterated, because you only have 250 hit points and you're just going to charge in. One, two, there we go. I might be joining me pretty soon.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Pretty good. So what do you think of Doomfist?
Very fun, not for most of the player base, though.
Yeah, I've had a lot of comments
low
saying...
skill, oh dear.
I've had a lot of comments saying, you know, is it the new Roadhog? Is this the new Roadhog hook?
No, no. It actually, it's kind of like a reverse Roadhog hook in a way, but...
That's kind of how I've explained it. Yeah, like, the thing with Roadhog hook is you are safe when you use it, so you pull someone, you get a kill, and you're completely safe. With Doomfist charge,
like
you get out of position.
Charge, yeah, it's just so ridiculous.
You can leave yourself
Reinhardt
super
is
vulnerable.
Fucking dead. He's gone.
Yes.
Like, he is now gone.
If you charge into, like, me and Ryan tested this out, if you charge into a Reinhardt charge...
Barrier, didn't he? Yeah.
You go through the barrier and you can actually stun the enemy Reinhardt charging you. So if you both charge into each other, Doomfist wins.
Have you noticed as well with the
ridiculous.
punch? It doesn't seem to. You need to have like a couple of meters in between the target and the wall for it to get the massive like.
If they're stood next to a wall, you get fucking nothing. But if you have like a couple of meters, then it works fine. You also have to be pretty much like straight on, or like the angle has to be less than 45 degrees. If it's more, then it gets a bit finicky.
It's like 250 damage, I think, isn't it? Fully charged.
Full charge, yeah, 250.
Yeah.
Is that Meme Losa? That's Meme Losa, yes.
Oh, you streaming? Oh,
yeah.
Baby.
Of course. I'm streaming these. I want to get into these.
Bad boy stream on the go. Baby.
Will someone have the balls to Doomfist charge boop someone off the map? Actually, that wouldn't be a bad sort of counter. If like Doomfist charges out of position, you just boop him somewhere. He's going to be completely fucked. Although he'll be able to jump back in. But he's interesting. Let's put it that way. I'm pretty excited for him.
I think he's very fluid. His primary attack is fucking annoying. I don't like that with the projectile thing. But I guess like it's just kind of
getting
something
used
to do
to
when your cooldowns are not cooling down.
The thing is, it doesn't have drop off, and it does 66 damage if like every pellet lands. Each pellet does 11 damage. So it's like if you're just picking people off.
Fast spread though at range, though, hasn't it?
Yeah, but if you're shooting into a crowd, you're going to get like a lot of damage out of it. Build up your ultimate pretty quickly.
Which is exactly what Doomfist is all about. You go into them corridors with crowds. It's fucking mental.
Yeah, the second people get into
like 400 odd shields, don't you? Well, 400 shields and armor combined. I think it maxes out at that.
Yeah, it's meant to max out at 400 right now. If you
30, is it about 30 or 35 shields?
It's 30 for every target you hit with everything you hit. So
yeah, from abilities, yeah.
And you can actually go over 400 shield at the moment, but it's meant to be. I've heard it's a bug, so you're not meant to be able to go over 400. If you use the ultimate, you go over 400.
The fist breaks as well, doesn't it? On the PTR, the charge. Yeah, that's because I thought my mouse was broke. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm pressing the right mouse button, and he's just instantly charging, and nothing's happening.
Yeah. You think Doomfist will be good at breaking through choke points or nah? Yes, he will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've heard that like there's a rollout for Doomfist on Iconvol where you just launch over the bridge and you can just sort of land behind it and smash someone to pieces really quickly. People are going to find these routes with him that will just smash people apart. And any map where there's closed environments, he's just going to destroy.
Ramps, talking of Iconvol, when you come out of the spawn on Iconvol, when you're on a defensive team, you can like speed down that ramp. But you can probably do.
There's a TV clip.
The ramps on the pot.
Yeah, on Nepal.
Yeah, there's ramps on the pod. You could probably do it there, right? On
yeah, Tavik made a clip of it. I retweeted it earlier.
Well,
Let me see if I can find it.
Because I can, yeah, because it sort of launches you. Like, it's weird because it's like a horizontal plane, but because like straight away you're using it when you go up into the air and you think I'm going to like fly down at somebody, but you can't do that. So it just moves on this horizontal plane. But when you use the sort of geometry of the map, it's like it alters the fist's trajectory, and it's sort of it's dead weird.
Yeah, it's...
Hang on, there's a clip. Send me this clip. Where's this
clip? Yeah, let me just find it. There we go. I'll put it in chat as well for you guys to look at in there, and let me put it in the Discord.
Chat. You're not shit talking me, are you, chat? Don't shit talk me, chat.
Of course, chat's shit talking you. Chat. Let's go.
Yeah, this is what I was saying about this ramp. Yeah.
So you can see they're just experimenting around with it, and he sort of finds the corner, and you can launch. You can pretty much get over that central thing, I think, like if you use it correctly. So he fucks up one charge, and then he sort of uses another one, and he'll launch 3 miles into the sky. So it's almost like the Genji dash.
Yeah. And of course, players like Tavik and people like Seagull are just going to be like naturals on this hero.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking crazy.
Holy god! I have to say though,
I
really don't like playing Genji, but Doomfist, even though it's kind of similar, it sort of resonates a bit more with me. I think it's just the punch, right? It feels so good, that does. It's like
it's so satisfying.
It just bounces off a wall. It's like fucking hell.
I'm exactly the same. Like, this part of why I like playing like Widowmaker and shit, that one shot sort of feel is always just fucking satisfying as hell to me.
Yeah.
So like doing that on Doomfist is like, holy shit, yes. It's or like landing an air shot on Soldier. Like, if you land the air rocket, it's just like, oh, I'm a fucking god. And you can kind of get that constantly on Doomfist by just punching people into walls and shit.
I've got a bit of an issue though with the fact it just pretty much instantly kills most people unless they're a tank. I mean, it's fun for you doing it, but against the person getting annihilated, it's like, oh, I'm dead. Bye. It almost is like the hook in that kind of way.
It's like the hooker. It's more like, in my mind, it's more like Scatter Arrow, where it feels like, did he really intend to punch me into that wall, or did he just fucking luck out and I hit a car?
Well, what was Jeff going on about? Like, we were trying to reduce like one shot abilities. Oh, by the way, you can just fucking punch somebody across the map into a wall and they instantly die. It's like, but it is so damn beautiful. And he's literally a fighting game character. So he goes around shouting the names of all of his abilities when he's using them as well. It's so good.
Like, I know like when I first did the video of it, it's like I just said, it's like playing Smash Bros or something. Like, you're just fucking knocking people into the air, juggling them, trying to set up combos. It's like, holy shit, Blizzard do such a fucking good job of making that player experience sort of thing. You know, they talk about that a lot, like player experience and that sort of shit. And to me, they nailed it with Doomfist, where it feels like you're playing a fighting game, you're playing a brawler.
What about Arisa? Hello, Arisa.
Yeah, well, Arisa. What's Arisa's play?
No comment.
Experience. I'm a useless
all
goat.
The poor people thinking, oh yeah, Arissa's going to counter Doomfist. It's like, well,
no.
And if they watch the bloody trailer, which actually is really damn good, I'm really impressed with that. And they're thinking, oh, Genji, Tracer, they're not very good against Doomfist, but it's like, actually, Tracer annihilates him really, or well, she should do, I think.
If the punch misses, yeah,
is a monster against him. You can just mow him down. It's like when he's out in the open, he just gets wrecked.
Exactly. Like, he's sort of like Reaper in that regard, where if you don't... Like, he's a better Reaper, like, because he can close the fucking gap and then start killing people. But the second that he can't do that, it's just fucking stupid. Like, Soldier will just mince him, Tracer, if you miss the punch, but if the punch, like, even a light punch connects and you hit her into a wall, she'll just fucking explode. I was watching earlier where Tavik was just nailing logics about 4 times in a row.
Wouldn't that do 100 damage, the quick right click on it?
Like a quick right click will do 100. You just need, you just need a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got that though, hasn't he? It's nice character. It is very nice.
Yes. He's
but
fucking
what have they got
glorious.
for BlizzCon? Oh god, this third person cam needs work, doesn't it? What the hell? It's just a massive gauntlet in my face.
Oh yeah, no, if you're doing it over the shoulder, you don't see anything. If you press space, you should go into first person.
Oh yeah, I'm in first person now, but
Empty your mind. Focus on the task at hand.
Let's see. It looks like they might be running the May. I'm actually genuinely curious to see how May does against fucking Doomfist. Just slowing him down, stalling him up,
Well,
making walls for the allied Doomfist.
yeah,
Overly
yeah,
tricky
that's the
bullshit,
thing,
but
put the wall
could be
through to
cute.
bash people into.
Is Doomfist a tank buster from chat? Yes, yes, he absolutely is. He annihilates
Reinhardt's
tanks.
dead.
Reinhardt's dead. Winston
Actually,
struggles
Winston-
against him.
Well, you can just guess. Well, you don't have to guess. You can see where Winston dives in. You can just countercharge him and just wipe him out.
Diva can't do shit against him. Zarya's pretty good against him and good with him. So Zarya
combo
might,
as well, that is, yeah.
might have a little bit of place. Boombox getting the beautiful charge. Feels pretty good, man. No, like these, like trying to push through this choke here on the right just feels like suicide to me when there's a Doomfist. It looks like no May. Counterplayer's own May. Oh god, that sucks. I know how that feels. Poor Boombox. Well, like trying to go into these any tight spaces, he's just gonna fist people.
Yeah, literally.
Oh no, that poor Mercy. That poor fucking Mercy.
It's so good though. Every time it's like bang. Oh, goodbye. Ooh, Lucio.
Alright, looks like they're setting up for the point. Gets the Winston, doesn't get too much. EMP goes off. EMP
Sombra is
completely
a really strong
fucks him.
counter for him.
Yeah.
Really.
If you can get that EMP or any hack onto him, he just can't do anything. He needs
just-
abilities
yeah,
to function.
Objective A.
Rip tank mains? Yeah, rip tank mains.
And hello, dive meta. Let's go. Basically.
Yeah.
You've got confirmation that Blizz probably like that.
But I mean, this has happened before, right? Tanks have sort of vanished and then they came back with tank meta. Like, welcome to Overwatch, guys. Welcome to any meta. Stuff will appear, disappear, be strong, be weak. Any game goes through that. So, hey.
冻住，不许走！
The fuck's that blizzard? I don't think it went anywhere. I think it got eaten. Oh. Give me first person can. There we go. Like that mobility. Do you see Boombox get away there? Just like three
No,
fucking
it's
miles.
obviously to be. Yeah.
Meteor strike.
Now this is interesting, right? Because if he lands it on the point, he'll do no damage to anything under the point. Like the Z-axis on his ultimate. It's even worse than that.
Even worse.
Yeah.
Than that.
Like any Z-axis sort of disruption, there's just no damage. So I think that needs looking at or fixing a bit, because it feels very unsatisfying. Like if you land on the payload, it just won't hit anything next to it, even on small payloads. Oh, that corridor!
So good. So
That
good.
corridor! Oh man, Raucous doesn't even know what hit him. Anyone get the number of that truck? He's also got the meteor strike as well. Like if they try and go through there, he's just gonna land on
Just
them.
hit them in the choke. Yeah. I mean, I was doing this on Hollywood. It's pretty funny.
Funniest time, doesn't get the punch onto Raucous lane, doesn't get the full knockback, does go for the meteor strike.
Here we go.
Does the zoom out, look for the target, looks like he's going to ult for Soldier 76. Soldier trying to jump away, does take a big chunk of damage, but does just manage to juke his way out and will sprint off happily into the distance, but of course he is a little bit out of position, might be going for the health. Looks like he's going all the way around, that poor lad. Can't manage to get back on the point in time. Looks like the red team will take it. Luke trying to get back, does get the res off, does pick Boombox back up, but Boombox is 3 miles away, tries to get the punch, doesn't knock anyone off, and Tavik comes in and fists him from behind. I know Cruz is going to love this hero. Means you can actually shout, I'm going to fist him, and actually mean it.
Damn it.
So yeah, Tavik's done nothing but like play Doomfist in these scrims for like the last 4 hours or something. He's getting
On,
pretty fucking good.
Meteor strike.
Li Xiang, the boombox looked pretty good to me.
See, this is the problem with like that Meteor Strike ultimate, is it can leave you, it's like predictable where you're going to land, so everyone can just aim their
Yeah.
abilities for it. Oh!
My god. Look at
Oh
that.
god!
It-
Like, just the warlock. That
it's
damage
so,
is going to be,
so meaty.
yeah. It's
Visceral.
visceral. Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah,
the word.
visceral.
My ultimate is almost ready.
It's just like the speed of it is just crazy. I mean, what the hell? Oh god.
Oh. Like if they start fighting in these small environments, oh god! The thing I want to see is like I haven't heard Nano Doomfist's voice line. Everyone's expecting him to shout power.
Oh. Yeah, he just. I was nanoed, but he didn't shout power. He shouted something about like, you know, I'm unstoppable or something.
Oh.
But it wasn't very good, to be honest.
Needs a power.
I think I'll put it on Twitter. Actually, I'll find it later.
Nanoboost is charging.
That's when the Terry Crews voice needs to kick in. When he's nano boosted, he just suddenly turns into Terry Crews.
Have like a Terry Crews skin.
Exactly, make a legendary skin with like a different voice.
Yeah. Like the Old Spice skin.
Yeah.
Sponsored.
Sponsored Old Spice skin. If you buy a bottle of Old Spice, you get a discount code. Get that fucking branding in, lads.
Yeah, the loot box is like Old Spice roll.
Yeah, Old Spice, Old Spice loot box, guaranteed to have the skin in it. Let's see, Boombox looking for the fist, jumps into the sky, everyone's clumped up, they don't know where he's going to land just yet, they don't see this circle until he confirms it, then they see the aura where he's going to land, lands right in the middle and just gets gunned down by the D.Va. Once again, that vulnerability, just not paying off.
The ultimate does 300 damage in the middle and 150 on the outer circle, I think.
Correct.
Have you confirmed that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Went and did some testing. Oh, Tracer. just so fucking brutal when that happens. Tavik's got real good at that as well. Also, like Zen Doomfist, like if you just punch whatever's got the Discord orb on it, it's real fucking good.
This is so good. You know what? This is like an Overwatch hero to me. Like, this is the only... You could only really see this in Overwatch, you know? Like, you wouldn't see this in other... Well, there's no other FPS game like this, really, I suppose, but...
Yeah, I like it because
it's not different. Like a boring character. You get what I'm saying? Like, Orisa is kind of like... Yeah, she's fun, but I always felt like she was... kind of cheap in a way because she just takes abilities from other characters and she's not very like
it doesn't blow your socks off.
No, movement is such a big part of Overwatch, and Orisa just has no movement, and it's like great. You know, it doesn't feel great.
I do like the right
click. This guy's a fucking monster.
Yeah, this guy, it's just like
mental.
Orisa's like, oh yeah, that was neat. This is like, holy shit, what the fuck am I doing? I'm killing everyone.
How you doing anyway, chat? It's been a long time since I've spoken to a chat. Hello, chat. Hello.
Just say hello to Sty. Be nice to Sty. Do be kind. He's a friend of mine. And I can combo with Doomfist. Yeah, Earthshatter plus his ultimate is going to be real fucking good. The only problem is you've got to run a Reinhardt. Yeah.
Yeah, no, chat is like...
No one gets hit by it anymore because it's dodge. So it's dodge. So yeah, feels bad, man. Over chat, bring it back. Maybe.
The dream.
Only if you're good. I hope Doomfist slows down the dive meta. I think he's going to do exactly the opposite, unfortunately. Well, not unfortunately. I like dive meta. Like, I find dive meta fun. I find it more fun than tank meta. That's for fucking certain. And I think it gets rid of D.Va, which I think everyone's going to be celebrating about. It does mean that, like, Valkyrie should be fucking grinning from ear to ear at the moment, because Pharah's going to be even more mental than she is already. So he's going to be very happy about it.
Let's do this.
I'd love to stay in chat.
D.Va's an interesting one. I put a tweet out yesterday, and when you look at the responses people give you, like in sort of talking about possible changes to a defense matrix and whatnot, it's very interesting watching the feedback from lower tiers, because they're like, they don't think it's a problem, and it's it really is.
Boombox really just went all the way around.
They think it's skill to use the defense matrix to block attacks.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, it's not really. I'm afraid you're just pressing right click.
Poor duck. So Boombox did the Pharah flank route. He went all the way around.
Yeah, around the side, yeah.
Dirty, and then just killed the hell out of Torbjorn. If someone clipped that, do let me know, because that'll be a good one to just get out there. Oh my, that jump is just so weird.
So good, that jump.
Like, when you're in the air, you can just kind of go anywhere with it.
You sort of float for like a few seconds as well.
Yeah.
When you hit like the pinnacle of it. This is where he wants to be. Oh god.
They're just brawling with each other. Looks like Boombox is going to get out though, has to retreat, tries to catch someone on the out, does get Winston instead, just gives him a bit of a chin in. But the big gorilla will be fine. Tavik though gets the uppercut, does have a Discord on him, has to run away, will get sort of slowed down there by that little bounce up, and will get killed there by Luke. Just going to scoop that up. Louis, what are you up to on the Tracer? Just going to kill a Sombra, no friggin' problem. Actually going to struggle to kill Sombra, not get the Sombra apparently. Completely whiffs that, feels bad, man. Instead gets a Ana, no problem. Beautiful stick. So Boombox is back, just deletes the Genji with the Discord Orb. That Discord Orb is going to be so brutal any single time. Deletes Mini Diva as well. Poor girl. Didn't even see it coming. Well, she did, but no idea what was going to happen there.
I'm not finished.
Let's see, do they have any combos? It looks like no one's going to be running for the Gravitons, unfortunately. And this is sort of an interesting point to me as well, is can Doomfist sort of force his way out of when you're getting spammed in a choke? Looks like he's managed to do it and just deletes the fucking Tracer. Meteor Strike comes in from Boom. Can't find anyone, unfortunately.
Oh, did you see that up to me?
I did not.
What the hell?
Oh, God.
He timed a rocket punch on a translocator, like, perfectly. as she came back, just blew her away.
Oh, fucking hell. I don't mind dive meta, but when you see dive constantly it gets stale, because it's literally Winston jumping on you and then there's a Tracer and Genji behind you. Yeah, but you can do things against it. Like, as a support main myself, I can say that I have a lot of fun playing against Tracers and Genji, so I see it as a challenge. Like, can I beat the Tracer? Oh, God, the Duke with the Meteor Strike. Destro just pretty much walks into it, doesn't quite get punched unfortunately, but might get cleaned up here with the right clicks. Doesn't quite happen, of course, with that sort of finicky reload he has. It's going to be tricky to get the burst down, so once you're out of those shots, you've got to wait 1 second for them to recharge and come back. I love this exploitation of the mobility. It's so good to watch.
Yeah. But this is like Genji fearing it.
Yeah,
all those hours of
exactly.
Genji for Tabik, it's like, whoa.
I could say he's just a less safe, more volatile Genji.
Definitely, his hitbox is massive. That could be an issue going forward into the future, but I don't know. Like, I think he makes up for it with the rest of his kit.
He also has a habit
in this environment as well.
Yeah, he just deletes the shit out of Lucios.
PTR is just garbage.
It's what I've explained to chat a couple of times. We'll probably do like sub games or viewer games tomorrow after coaching the many, but like this is just so useful to get a feel and like an idea of the potential. Because PTR just teaches you nothing. And there's the Nano. Didn't quite hear anything coming out of his voice. Just getting bounced around, almost gets knocked off the map. Not quite finding targets either. Definitely think that Soldier is going to work better. Genji's probably going to work better as well, just with the resets and the way he works. Oh, it's just an old-fashioned brawl on the payload. Looks like they will be able to clear it off, though, and manage to hold it.
That's exactly where this character excels, isn't it? Massive brawl. It's just like...
I hate this spot. I still hate this spot on Iconvol's side. Still gives me fucking flashbacks. It still triggers me.
Listen, the entire Iconvolt map gives me bloody flashbacks after Gamescom last year. It was just like... Hello!
Yeah, so for those of you who aren't aware, Styliso I think was stuck for, what, 3 days playing nothing but Iconvolt against pubs?
3 days? It was 5?
5 days.
5 days, I think?
Playing Iconvolt non-stop. Purgatory. Meteor's drop, but Meteor Strike comes in.
Cinematic constantly on the massive
Oh, yes. This could be a good one. Oh, no, they dodge it. Like, the best use I've seen out of Meteor Strike still is forcing Zenyatta's to transcend. Because if you land near the Zenyatta, he's not going to survive. So he has to use a cooldown.
Ability to get out of it.
So even if you like clip him with it, he's just got like 20 hit points and you're just going to charge him and kill him.
I think it's definitely a good thing that you can't actually see the target until he commits to it.
Yeah, until you're like right next to it.
Too easy to avoid. Yeah.
Boombox got the Diva in his sights, gets the kill, trying to jump into the air, but Winston's got him. Tavik's also coming in from the sky. Punching down. Almost gets the Tracer.
30 seconds.
What do you think about Doomfist uppercutting a squishy to give Widow an easy shot? It gives Doomfist an easy shot. Forget Widow.
I don't think Widow's going to be waiting for Doomfist to uppercut people.
I know, I think she's just going to shoot him. Oh, God, poor Genji.
God. That noise was horrible. It's like he broke in half. Oh my God.
It's so visceral. It's so good.
Oh God.
Tavik going in deep, looking for the soldier, decides against it, still has him in his sights, gets him, and gets him on the wall as well. No problem there for the big man Tavik. Got to get back to the point. It is caught off by McCree, and McCree actually has a pretty good time in these 1v1 duels against him. Even if you land the punch, if you don't get that one shot, he can flashbang, roll back, and just sort of gun you down. So you got to be a bit careful there in what I've seen so far.
Final score.
Do you think the uppercut will be a good ability to use to hit up a Lucio when he starts to ult? Would be really powerful. That would be like lucky as hell if you catch him in that. But it definitely sets you up for a couple of kills. Like I've seen Tavik and Boombox constantly finishing Lucios. Like, because they're reliant on the mobility to avoid damage, right? Lucio is so reliant on running away and dodging and evading. Once you get him into the air, he can't do that anymore, so you just finish him off. First thoughts on Doomfist counters. Reaper definitely just melts him and gets rid of him, no fucking problem. Otherwise, yeah. I think Reaper's the big one. McCree kind of works, but I think McCree just has a lot of problems against dive in general, where just a lot of people jump him. And sure, you can stop the Doomfist, but you can't stop the Winston then, or you can't stop the Tracer, you can't stop the other things just killing you. So I think that's the issue that McCree has. Soldier, just very good if you can just stay in the mid-range. If he goes for you, then the rest of your team should kill him. If he doesn't go for you, then you should have high ground, you should be in a crossfire, and you just kill him. Like, Doomfist is just... he's very vulnerable. He's very hot and cold, and if you fuck up the initiate, you are just going to die immediately. Are you invincible while ulting? Yes. Yes, you are. What do you think of the primary fire in its UI? I think it's fine. Like, the primary fire is actually pretty strong. It's honestly, I think it's probably too strong. Like, I think it's going to get damage drop-off put onto it eventually. Because right now it's a bit too easy just to sort of spam away, and you're still getting a lot of damage out of that. Where it feels like he should be extremely close range and medium range and kind of restricted in that, and use his mobility then enables his damage. If you're ever just like trying to pick people off, then that's going to feel weird. The lore is up, and apparently the third Doomfist became Doomfist by killing the second Doomfist. Makes sense. Fits his mentality, at least.
Looks
It's like
I have
Highlander.
time to do something.
Yeah. There can only be one. Well, there's only one Doomfist.
There could be only one.
Does that mean for, like, you know, 9 seconds, some punk little teenager was fucking Doomfist? And it goes back to this huge Nigerian dude.
3, 2,
Gonna be interesting to see how he works in this map. Looks like Raucous picking up the mantle. Boombox opting for the Mercy.
objective A.
Now, I've been watching Boombox play Mercy. He's an interesting Mercy player in that he tries to kill people.
Shoot people, yeah. Oh, Boombox.
Be right back.
Raucous, why?
Oh,
Raucous,
mid-air. Ooh.
and uppercut.
Did you
No,
see that
uppercut.
sneak? That was a mid-air rocket punch on Barra.
Oh shit!
She just missed the wall though.
Oh, I'm so sad I missed that. I was watching Raucous like scramble to stay on the map. He managed to launch himself off it. Oh no, this corridor is going to be a fucking death sentence. Luke, no! Oh my god, he survived! He, sort of, he pinballed around the corner. He just sort of got launched, skated along the wall. Down he goes now.
There's something demoralizing about being killed by his melee attack. It's like this.
Ya estoy lista.
Yeah, I went up and fought Doomfist. Yeah, did he hit you? Yeah, he did, but he hit me with his little fist. Didn't even bother using the big one. Why take a Doomfist instead of a Genji? Doomfist has way more instant kill potential. Like, he will just annihilate people. Otherwise, like, yeah, his close range damage is a lot better. He's a bit more durable in longer fights. I'd say those are like the main reasons. I'd say, especially with modern meta, like, his ultimate is pretty much as good as Dragon Blade, maybe slightly worse, but you're mostly using it just to fish out other support ultimates, and he's very good at doing that. I definitely think like Nano Blade is infinitely better than... Nanoing Doomfist just seems completely pointless, basically.
It's almost like a Roadhog Nano.
Or like a modern Reinhardt Nano, like...
Yeah.
The enemy team just runs away. Is he gonna try and Meteor Strike Farah? He fucking Meteor Strike Farah!
It's so underwhelming his primary fire when you use it. It's like all these massive movement abilities and big punches, then pyo, 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 pyo.
Meteor strike.
The zoning meteor strike gets the Genji, just slam dunks him. Goes on to the point, doesn't manage to find the Winston. Winston staying alive, managing to juke away, does get the ultimate off, will just knock people around, but he's not going to be too long for this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Lucio, though, crippled into the wall. Then Raucous comes in with the left clicks, cleaning up on that poor Winston. And that is it for the point. Red team going to be advancing forward.
Meteor strike seems like I don't know. I can see a bit of Dragon Blade in it, but it's almost like a mini Diva Bomb in a way.
Yeah, it's like a more controlled.
Yeah.
You're usually just finding like an isolated target, or you're just jumping into the middle of an enemy team and just getting AoE damage out of it. Like it's one of the two.
But I've noticed a lot of the kills I've been getting on the PTRs, people, they just don't know what the hell it is. They're just like, what's this? I mean, there was a McCree who just stood there as the target appeared above him. I guess he thought he could flashbang me or something. I mean, no. Just instantly killed him, obviously, but...
Yeah, I know when testing shit with Ryan, I tried whole hogging upwards. It didn't work.
But I think he leaves the map completely, and when he comes down, he's just invulnerable.
It's just an invulnerable thing until he lands. So the contest should be coming soon. Tavik going to be getting set up. You can get a quick pick here in this sort of road, then he'll be feeling pretty good. But of course, there's only sort of 2 walls on either side of the road. Gonna have to be a little bit careful with how he engages. Trying to spot out a target. Does spot out the enemy Doomfist. Enemy Doomfist doesn't manage to land the punch either. Neither does Tavik, as the uppercut does juke it. Lands pretty much in the middle of the enemy team. Boombot's going down. Transcendence popped, but too little too late at this point. I'm thinking poor Luke is just going to get cleaned up. There we go. 3 right clicks. Well, not even, I keep calling them the right clicks. Like, I don't know why, but I keep expecting that bullet to be a right click. Poor soldier. Yeah.
That's a big uppercut.
So this is the thing with Tracer, if she times, like if she sees you charging punch and just jukes it, you can be really out of position and just cleaned up. You just got to keep moderate distance. If you don't, then he can right click you. It's like finding Reaper basically.
A little bit more difficult than a Reaper duel, I think, but yeah, those are the best kind of skill matchups anyway, where you...
Sights is used, punch comes in, fucking hell! I've got you in my sights, oh shit, I see this coming! Oh no, Raucous. Oh, he doesn't get the hit on the wall. Little bit finicky. Looks like Tavik completely lost him. They punched him and he just seemed to disappear. Found Sombra though. Do you agree with the 3-star skill rating for Doomfist? Absolutely, yes. He's definitely not a hero for new players.
No, he's Genji, Tracer, Doomfist. That's high skill.
Like,
Anna.
If you are not good with him, you're just going to charge in and you're going to die. Like, I can see a lot of people...
It's so bad. Yeah.
It's like playing Winston in the olden days when people used to just jump in and then go, "Where's the team, guys?" And it's like, you're not even waiting for anyone, you're just charging in and dying. So I'm expecting a lot of the forums to say like, "Oh, Doomfist is underpowered, underpowered, underpowered." I think given time, people will get used to it.
I think we'll see him used faster than we have Sombra. And I'm not really going to mention Arissa because when you see her on Iconball with a Torb turret in a fucking Apex game, great.
or like Sanctum.
Yeah,
that's literally it, and it's just like gimmicky stuff. The Doomfist can also do even more knockbacks in the game, ladies and gents. Have fun with that. And if a character doesn't have a mobility skill and you uppercut them near a fucking ledge, they're just going off.
Yeah, I knocked a soldier off on Ilios Ruins off the side, which is pretty nice, by the large health.
Yeah.
I am happy though he's not loaded with stuns because that is just annoying. I mean...
Yeah, like, there is a very small stun on the punch, and that's it.
Yeah. It's not much though, is it? It's not like it's... The E ability doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's just like a small knock-up.
Yeah. Shift just knocks you into the air a little bit.
This has to be a juicy EMP coming out of Tails. He goes in, gets the EMP on quite a lot of people. Does get on the Zen, but of course the finishing blow isn't quite there. Looks like Doomfist did get hit by the EMP as well. High Noon gets called. Meteor Strike comes off though. Raucous looking for a target. Can't quite find anything. Tuvik, though, launches into the air. Tuvik might just fucking land on the enemy Doomfist. No, Tuvik biding his time though. Will land in safety more than anything else. To use this as an escape. Keeps himself alive. Goes back in for the McCree, and this is sort of what I said with McCree, but Genji's there in support. God, Doomfist on Doomfist. Tuvik gets the punch.
Such a manly fight.
People usually have trouble with mobility characters. Usually the easier fix for new players for new players is Winston. Doomfist won't care about that much though, so we'll see how that turns out. The thing with Doomfist that's different about most mobility characters is he's huge, right? Like, he's not hard to hit. Like, if you look at his model, he is
like
tank
a
sized.
6'5" tank.
Yeah, like he's tank sized. So it's not like you're trying to shoot a Genji, for example. It's why I sort of want to see how Ana pairs with him. I do think that if he's in a brawl, it might be a little bit hard to put healing on him, but if you can, then he's going to be durable as fuck, because he's not that hard to hit. Whereas if you're trying to support a Genji Tracer as Ana, it's a little bit harder, because they're flexible and they're moving, you're going to miss shots, and they're going to die as a result. The common question, thoughts on Orisa versus Doomfist? As long as Doomfist doesn't blow all his abilities into Fortify, Doomfist wins every time. Like, Fortify is the key, and if you manage to smash through Fortify, then you're just going to win.
I mean, Doomfist shouldn't be 1v1 in Orisa, or rather, Orisa shouldn't be in a situation where she's being 1v1 by Doomfist anyway.
So if Doomfist charges you and you just Fortify, then you should actually probably do pretty well against him. But the key is catching that
But there's no way he should be doing that, though, because he should be cancelling his fist as soon as he sees that, so... Which I do like, by the way, that it initiates the cooldown if you cancel the fist.
Yeah, because otherwise you would just be constantly charging and cancelling.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of like how you play Zenyatta now. You just constantly hold right mouse button, charge up, and then melee cancel if you need to. Would you prefer Terry Crews over this VA? He sounds okay, but some of his lines sound a bit silly to me. If you think some of this guy's lines sound a bit silly,
let me chime in on this, chat. So Terry Crews would be great for about the first 20 minutes, I think. And then it would be, oh dear, Terry Crews is shouting these cheesy lines into my brain non-stop. This isn't really funny anymore. Can I turn this off?
Yeah, I've been literally saying the same thing over and over.
Well, if he tried to do it seriously, it wouldn't be Terry Crews how people would have expected to be Terry Crews. It would be like Doomfist right now.
Yeah.
Which, as we know, he can do this accent. He's kind of done it before. So, you know, I don't know. I don't really care. I don't care.
Yeah, like,
He's
and the
a
guy
Nigerian guy. He's got a Nigerian guy's accent.
And the guy that they got seems to be doing fine. So yeah.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I mean, I don't even care if it was voiced by, I don't know, somebody else. I mean, the character's mental.
Oh my god, this position from Tuvik.
Wow.
Punch the turret though, and that does not seem to be effective, unfortunately. You can't knock the turret into a wall. Might hint. Torbjorn, hard counter for Doomfist? Question mark, question mark. Red arrow, circle. Okay, we got the manliest battle. Louis gets the better of him though.
Just a scratch, you'll be fine.
EMP charge.
Let's see what Raucous is up to. I've actually been liking Reaper now. Like, every now and then when I get to play him, it's just like, holy shit, this guy's actually... Like, if the enemy team engages into you, he's just fucking laughing.
Who's that?
Reaper.
Oh, yeah. Reaper on Temple of Anubis. Oh, baby.
They're mostly doing it on Koth, and it's just like, if they're playing Winston and D.Va, teams just blindly dive into you, and you're just sort of rubbing your hands.
His main problem is the fact he can't get himself to the fight, so if the fight comes to him,
It's
all Gucci, baby!
Yeah.
It's surprising to me how much damage Reaper does. Like, I'd literally forgot. I'd not seen the guy for 2 seasons. And then I was like, shit, he does this much damage?
Yeah, it's like when you sort of past 5 minutes, it's like, why am I tickling people? And then you get in range, and it's just like, okay, now it's like 2 shots. This is kind of stupid. I do love the fact that you get that zoom out option where you can sort of get the aerial
Yeah.
view. They need to put that in the spectator client. Like, I need to have a button press that gives me that fucking top down instant.
Taking the point. Don't worry.
Isn't there a
Also,
zoom function in the spectator client?
There is, but it's kind of weird. Like, it's better to just manually move the camera, I find. Thoughts on the Doomfist style animated short? Do you prefer this or the CG style? I think the CG style is just easier for Blizzard. Like, the way that animation like that works is Blizzard didn't actually make that in-house. That was an animation studio.
That,
yeah. So an external animation studio made that, and it's really cool. But for like Blizzard have this internal cinematics department, and those guys make all the cinematics for all Blizzard games, and those guys are doing like the main canon, I guess, animated shorts.
But I think even they outsource quite a lot of
Yeah.
work, although the bulk of it's done by them. But yeah, like a massive showpiece cinematic, it won't be in that type of anime style. Although I thought that was
really good.
really cool. It's so good, that is. I've watched it like 20 times. I'm just watching it over and over again. I'm like, oh, this is so cool.
60 seconds.
I might nag Bo and see if there's like a high res version.
Yeah, get a 4K version.
Get some stills from it.
It made me laugh when Genji showed up in it. I'm like, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Spotted the turret.
Never die.
Why ever pick Genji over Doomfist? Genji's a little bit more mobile. His ultimate is a little bit more high impact, especially against teams that are bad dealing with it. Like, Dragon Blade is more likely to just kill the entire enemy team than Meteor Strike is ever likely to do. If you're playing medium range, Genji's going to be infinitely better as well. If they play Pharah, Genji's going to work a little bit better than Doomfist will. But whether you'll be playing Genji to that or not depends on your team lineup. Thoughts on Doomfist shields? They're pretty, like, they're just there to sort of act as a little buffer. Like, it's not a huge deal. But they will give you a small buffer in a fight just to keep yourself alive that little bit longer. What's nice as well is it acts as like a nice tuning mechanic. Like if they need to make Doomfist weaker, it's a knob that they can turn and just make the shields a little bit less, for example. So it can also work in like a balanced capacity of if they need to make him tankier, then they can increase the amount of shields he gets. So it's sort of nice from that long-term point of view as well, to have these dials that you can turn easily. Yeah, I know the company that did the animated short for Doomfist. I think they did like a Riot Games promo a while ago for the LCS, and that was really good as well. So it's nice to see them sort of still doing video game stuff, because it's cool seeing this sort of stuff in like the anime style, like that really over-the-top action. And Overwatch lends itself really well to it. Like Tracer looks superb, Genji looks superb, Doomfist looks fucking amazing.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
My EMP is almost charged. My ultimate is almost ready.
Like, Overwatch really does suit itself very nicely to that kind of over-the-top action style.
Oh, it's the way the game's been designed. Very flashy, hero-centric. Works well.
I'm not even close to done.
Do you think that a combo of D.Va and Doomfist ult will be a good, will be too good of a point stall? Yeah, the fact that Doomfist ultimate contests is a bit to me.
Does it? That'll probably be changed, right?
Yeah, because you literally cannot hit him. It's
Yeah. Oh, I'm in invulnerable state. In fact, I'm off the bloody map, but I'm still contesting the payload. No.
poor Raucus. Poor Raucus.
He was nanoed as well. Ow.
300 damage, doesn't give a fuck if you are nanoed, son.
I understand.
How the fuck do I play it? It's Reinhardt. You go to spawn and press H.
And then select Winston.
Yeah. Duck going big with the Dragon Blade, trying to find targets. Destro in his sights, doesn't quite have the blade left to kill him though, and he's just standing on a health pack. Does get picked up, does get cleaned up. Now Luke going down, of course, 2 of the shurikens just for the finishing blow. They will push it in, and they will take the map. Can we get someone to jump off the map in here and scream? He does have a pretty good scream. It's not it's not Anna scream levels, which just goes on and on and on. It's all you hear for like 5 minutes is Anna falling off the map. Right, guys, now's a good time to start asking some questions. Because we've got a little bit of downtime. Well, I think they're probably going to play a couple more. Like, I know Tavik's a fucking machine. When he gets started, he just doesn't stop. Boombox seems to have gained a fetish for American players. Like, honestly, these EU players are letting us down.
Deary me, Boombox, deary me.
Considering yesterday it was the first time I'd ever heard the term, he's NA good. He's NA good. I fucking love that phrase. He's not bad, he's
What's
NA
that?
good.
That's like, well, that would be pretty bad, yeah. So like, I'm trying to work this out in my head. It's like you'd have what a disgusting insult. He's NA good.
He's NA good. Tier 3 EU. Right, guys, I'm going to get a drink real quick because I've been talking non-stop rather than
I'll
playing.
entertain you, stream. Hello, stream. Talk to me. It's been a while since I spoke to a stream chat. Dribs. Hello. EU scrubs. Oh, dear. Probably the same way Reaper is a tech up Reaper. You know, I honestly thought Reaper would come back a little bit more than he has to counter the dive comps. The problem with Reaper is he doesn't really have movement. So unless the fight is on top of him, he has a major problem. So with dive comp, they just obviously move around him. That's a bit of a problem. But he is quite good on 2CP. On Volskaya, Final Point, and Anubis, quite like him. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, man. Not doing too bad. Undertaker, Dan. Bring back Overchat. You know, I do like Overchat, but that style of show needs to be like something which is done every like month or so. But the problem with it would cover like old topics, and given the way Overwatch is, that stuff would not be watched. So that's a problem.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello, I'm a tank support main. I'm thinking of learning a new DPS. Sombra or well, I mean, Sombra is not really DPS. She's a support, right? So also she's extremely complicated. Gohan. So I don't know if that's a real question or what.
Yeah, Doomfist will be easier.
Soldier 76 is where you go if you want to learn DPS.
Yeah, like if you just want to have something you can pick in everything, Soldier's the easy pick.
Doomfist shouts, I'm coming for you all. Hang on. Let me find out my Twitter thing, because I swear to God. He says he's unstoppable. I'm unstoppable!
Ah,
So
okay.
that must be one of his other lines. I'll link it, yeah. If I can work out how to use Twitter, it's hard.
Fiddly. Tricky. Doomfist should actually be played like a frontline brawler who takes all the damage. I don't think so. Because if he's a frontline brawler that takes all the damage, he's going to die. As in, like,
can I link in your chat?
You should be able to. You're a sub, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then you can.
Alright. I don't know. Get moo-botted. That link, you catch it at the start.
Like, Doomfist is a really good follow-up, so if, like, Winston goes in, then Doomfist goes in, there's something just to
Doomfist is not
mitigate.
going in first on his own. He is dead if he does that.
Yeah.
Absolutely dead. Which, of course, means Winston retains his extremely high power level. And Doomfist is just like, hey, guys, I put me into the DPS rotation for dive. Yo, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got a diva. It's all right. We'll just get Doomfist and fucking fist the shit out of her.
Exactly.
Fist her out of a mech. Oh,
just
bye, diva.
punch the mech into a compressed mess.
We can roll Farah now. Oh, yeah. Woo.
That's the one I'm interested in. Pharmacy comes in super hard.
Yeah. I mean, what would you do, though? Get the Doomfist in? Well, you need the Doomfist in to get not have the enemy diva, and then, what, drop the Tracer for a Farah pharmacy combo?
Yeah. Or you try and run like...
You kind of want the Genji, wouldn't you? Like, I don't know. But then again,
teams have been
so powerful, I
like
guess.
generally teams drop Genji pretty reliably.
Soldier, you see a lot.
Yeah. So it could be just triple DPS.
Leaks, I think that the one was pretty accurate, to be honest, especially with the ultimate and the charged up attack. Like, it actually said something with Tracer's chevrons on the screen, so that's obviously quite accurate. the problem with leaks are you look at them and some of them are honestly laughable. It's like great. Some of them, yeah, you know. But the way I like to look at it is a lot of the leaks. I mean, I could go away if I went away for a day tomorrow, I could come up with a leak for another hero on Overwatch.
Yeah.
And post it, and it would be semi like believable.
You could do one for like Soundquake because you know that he's got chest rockets, so there's going to be chest rockets involved some fucking way. So you just build an ability around that and go from there. Design upwards. Do you think that Doomfist's ult charge rate is too fast, or is it fine considering that he can only reliably get 1 to 2 kills with it? That will take time to judge.
It's hard to test that right now. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's charging crazy fast. It doesn't seem that high impact as well. When people get used to it, of course. Like, obviously now it's the shock value in it. It's like, Meteor, what? Oh, God, shit, I'm dead.
Yeah.
But, like, I do think targeting a Zen with it, it's bad. It's good night Vienna for the Zen. Unless he transes.
Traveling to Dorado.
You know, I'm kind of happy because if he does, you know, fire into the meta, it does mean that Zarya probably will get a bit more of a chance because
yeah,
I'm not too happy that she's sort of been thrown under the bus. Reinhardt, I'm not like honestly, it's kind of rich coming from me. I've played so much bloody Reinhardt, but it's like in a way I'm happy that Reinhardt's not as prevalent as he used to be because with the game built around this big blue rectangle walking towards you, it's
we've had like a year and a half of Reinhardt already, so we can sort of let him go for a little bit. I mean, ideally, you could just have like 2 separate playstyles where you play the blue barrier walking forward, or you play dive, and so that they both still work in some regard. But at the moment, like the realistic side of meta is, especially at the highest level, one of them will usually be the best, and so yeah. Like, it is very hard to get multiple things working. The only way that you can really do that is if you leave a game without balance changing it for fucking years and years and have a really active community plugging away at it non-stop, and that's how you get Brood War, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, you can see the evolution of the balance ethos with this game. They're, like, I honestly believe they do want dive, but what is that movement? They do want dive because dive is way more explosive for Overwatch League. And I don't mind watching dive. The only issue I've got with it is I think it's very hard for new players to understand what the hell is going on, especially with Doomfist now. You know, if this becomes more used, it's so like explosive. It's okay for us. We've watched like thousands of hours of this game.
Yeah. Well, let's see. They are running a Reinhardt of all things. High point Dorado. Tavik, game set up. As his cooldown's available, it's going to be tricky for him to get through that little narrow choke point, though. He has to be a little bit careful doing it. There's not really a wall for him to bounce off. It looks like he's going to try and circumvent it entirely, though. The enemy Doomfist does drop down. Boombox, super low, has to back away. Will just bounce his way to freedom, to the distance. Has Raucus there. Does have the Winston just punted into him, bounces him right the fuck back. Tavik, though, finds the Mercy, does get an uppercut on her, but is forced away. See what's Tavik up to. Has to be careful going through the choke point, of course. The Reaper is there, going to be waiting for him. Looks like he's going to just try and brute force his way through it. Boombox goes down to half, will get bounced back, but Tavik cannot commit. Has to play careful. They've already got Mercy Res as well. Boombox goes in deep. Oh no, he's nice and safe in deep even. Always hurts when you don't know the teams. Destro, though, scooping up kills with the visor in the background. We also have a Dragon Blade going off. Can he find anything? Swoosh, looking for anything, but he's just swooshing around in the middle of nowhere. Does manage to get the Soldier 76 as he sprints away, but too little too late coming out there and won't be able to confirm and push forward. How Doomfist do against many tank comps? Does his Bork Punch work on heavyweights? Yes, Doomfist is very good anti-tank. Like, he's got big bursts. His left clicks do a lot of damage. And you can see he's just mincing this area. Like, he does not have issues destroying tanks.
You see that there off Boombox is nice, where they're in the transition phase between the abilities and they're using the primary fire.
Yeah. Oh, if you land first, you're just dead, aren't you? Like, you gotta be. If there's an enemy Doomfist and you use Meteor Strike, the enemy Doomfist can just Meteor Strike immediately after and land wherever you land. It's free kill. Hey, Godlane! Jesus Christ, 20 months. Godlane, you're a lunatic. Yeah, he's been subbed since I had a partner channel. It's crazy. Hugely appreciated, my man, as always.
Welcome to Overwatch, Mosily.
And now for a Hawk. Cheers.
This looks great.
It does look great. I'm really looking forward to playing this guy more. It's nice to wait for the PGR. It's also the nice part about doing this is we're not constantly just trying to join games and then trying to insta-lock Doomfist.
No, this is way better. This is actual content as well.
This
This
is-
isn't just like running
yeah.
around going, oh, Doomfist. Oh.
So tomorrow we can like get some viewer games going, play some Doomfist there. But for today, this is like the fucking beautiful thing. That's the one you need to get the new badge for? Yeah. Like I need to get a 2-year badge set up just for Guardline, because good lord. What's Boombox up to? It's like he's just busy beating the shit out of Winston by the looks of things. Looks like Raucous got surprised by Tavik apparently as well. Oh, this poor Reaper. Doesn't quite land the uppercut, but does just use that reposition. That jump is insane in how it gets you vertical.
So what do we think the grab meet is going to be called? Grab slam? Slam grab? I don't know.
Slam dunk.
Slam dunk?
Yeah. So welcome to the jam. Gotta admit, it's really intimidating when Meteor Strike goes off on the other team. Like, you just hear Meteor Strike in the distance and you know it's gonna go somewhere, and then the floor fills with red.
I need to understand the science behind this gauntlet. Like, what the hell is it? Like, what? Who was like, alright then, we're going to design a weapon. It's just a massive fist, which, yeah, I mean, the forces that must be exerted on his body when he rocket punched it. It would just, his arm would come out of its socket and fly off.
Oh. It's crazy.
My ultimate is charging.
He's a cyborg though, like you can see he's all fucking built up with
he's all
machines.
augmented, yeah.
And nothing's going to stop it.
Though I wish Deus Ex was half as fun as this, Jesus.
Oh shit.
Did one of the Doomfist just dodge Meteor Strike by being in the air at the time? Yes, that works. Raucous seems to be having difficulties. He's playing Mercy, he's on Twitter, he's AFK. Oh no, Destro, that's not the time.
Oh,
that's not the play.
time.
The payload moves. We must keep it safe.
Should be a Summer Games skin where he's a boxing glove. Damn straight there should be. If there's not a Summer
that's
Games thing where he's boxing, it's fucking Blizzard have just wasted an opportunity. There you can see Reinhardt, like,
Yeah.
rip. That should not happen. That really should not happen. And there's the setup combo onto the McCree. McCree does get his revenge though, thanks to the res. Well, what's Boombox doing? Or Doombox?
Yeah.
He's just busy and again annihilating divas. Must be satisfying for these players. Pro players especially hate Diva. Hate Diva more than you can imagine. Hate Diva even more than Mist does. Oh, this is going to be a juicy strike. Though they are in the barrier, I do think that protects him. Yeah, you can see Lucio didn't really seem to take any damage. Boombox going to try and get away. Lucio!
Oh no. Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Fist
me. It's going to be non-stop, just endless fist me daddy.
Reddit will be full of this.
Yeah.
I've been doom-fisted.
Oh god! Like when it's just a full-length charge, it just seems to come out of fucking nowhere and kill someone.
So fast, it's so hard to dodge as well. It's like, whoa, shit.
Beacon in place.
Oh,
More than Valk. Pro players loathe Diva. Like, they absolutely hate her.
Diva's the problem with Diva. I mean, I don't know what,
I'm on
where your chat play the game or whatever, but Diva is
My ultimate is ready.
when you've got a hero that can basically press one button and it just negates literally everything. It's so frustrating to play against.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Defense Matrix is terrible because it's got its uses, but the issue I generally have with it, it's not when Diva's flying at me and sticking it in my face. You know, that's cool. That's well, it's not cool. It's terrible, but at least you know it's happening. It's when it's just like random damage deletion. You know, she just sprays it out across a payload or something. You know, it happens to delete half your damage. Your Anna, you throw your Bionade in, but it happens to just be gone. It's like, oh great. Or, you know, I'm just going to eat all manner of ultimates with my little right-click ability. It's
like I've explained this before, where like for the diva player, even for the diva player, like if you do a big play with graviton surge, with defense matrix, like you catch a graviton surge, the reaction isn't, "Oh my god, guys, I totally caught graviton surge." It's, "Oh, I caught that. Oh, it's gone." It's not like a. It's almost unintentional, and it's like it's too easy to get huge rewards off it, and you can't get punished for doing that as well. So it's not like it burns your entire defense matrix just to catch the graviton. So there's no like proportion to it either. It's just it's an unsatisfying ability, and it's just frustrating, basically. Unsatisfying, which you sort of you want the game to be satisfying. Chat, that's what you want.
But it's a problem like because obviously I've got like a massive sample size of players across all the tiers. When you say something like that about Diva, it's like, well, some people it is skill to have deleted that, you know, graviton surge or whatever, because they pressed right click when they needed to. Although, you know, it's not really. Yeah, sometimes you can predict it, sure, but you know, it's like me playing a lot of Tracer. It is so bloody annoying when your pulse bomb is constantly eaten when it's not even, you know, you're nowhere near the Diva. The Diva don't know what's going on. It's like, oh, you son of a. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Do you miss the days when Diva's defense matrix was an ability you had to commit to instead of how it is now? We could just turn it off or off. Yeah.
It was shit then. It cannot go back to that either. That was terrible.
Like it was just too easy to bait it out, and then you just push, and Diva doesn't do anything.
Yeah. It's
the same problem Arisa has, kind of.
Yeah,
like it's just got these very vulnerable moments where it's very easy to sort of bait those vulnerabilities or predict them and then exploit them. And as long as it happens, it's tricky.
Arisa is like a weird one. I think most players want to just stand behind the barriers when they deployed them, but I think the idea to prolong it a little bit more is to keep poking through the barriers with Fortify on, so you're taking damage on yourself, prolonging the barrier's life. And then when it does go down, you should have a replacement barrier. I kind of think that's... I mean, it's not ideal because you're taking damage, but, you know, I guess you're charging your support ultimates on your team, but charging enemy offensive ultimates, I don't know. She's just... Arisa just doesn't move. She's got no movement in a game that's built on movement. What?
Yeah. Like when
like reaction abilities, like Zarya doesn't really have movement, right? But she's got a bubbles which she can like quickly deploy into people. It gives her that. In a sense,
you an
it gives her that movement, you know.
And like, so I did coaching the menu recent not that long ago, and there was like some very clear-cut examples on. So it was on Temple of Anubis, and it's just like, yeah, you're putting your barrier forward, but you're not gaining ground with it. And if you're not gaining ground every time you use that barrier, if you're playing on offensive, you won't go anywhere, and you will not be able to push. So you've got to be aggressive with it. You've got to know how much space can you take, and be greedy when you have moments where you can actually go and grab it. Is Boombox flanking here? I think he is.
Yeah, he's sneaking outside.
No, he's going. Oh.
He's trying to get over there. That's actually kind of cute.
I think he can definitely go this way.
I think he can just jump up straight. Yeah.
And then he's going to get the mercy with him. He's on him. Ladies and gentlemen, Boombox is on a mission. He's sneaking through. He's even crouch walking, looking for prey, but no one's near him. Swoosh backing away. Hasn't quite noticed. There he is! There he is! Might just be leaving the mercy to get fucking killed. There's Tavik that finds the enemy Doomfist and just gets punched down. Boombox on a mission. Oh, bless him. Cue spy music, cue Pink Panther music, Jesus. Oh my lord.
The way he just explodes.
They just shattered him.
Oh,
took him to pieces. The Boombox looks once again to be trying to go for the flank route. Tavik having none of it though. Looks like he's managed to make his way over the wall. Tavik not opting to follow. So Boombox stuck in the back. Spotted Tracer, gonna try and spawn camp the Tracer. Doesn't land the punch, unfortunately. It's gonna be an opportunity for the Tracer to actually just juke, and you can see that if that punch doesn't land, if it does, then fucking hell, Tracer goes down. But if it doesn't, Tracer can just juke for days. I think they're committing two here. Oh no, they might get the Reinhardt as well. Reinhardt's blown his charge. This should be an easy punch for the Doomfist, but of course he doesn't get that damage on the wall. If they're too close to the wall, you don't get the damage.
An easy punch for Doomfist. Never say that again. It's like fucking slice and dice. It triggers me to no end, that does. Okay, and just goes straight out and he's slicing and he's dicing. It's like... Can't the casters come up with something a bit different?
Oh, here we go. Meteor strike into the graph with nobody in it.
It looked good.
It was really cool, but oh no, Bastion. Poor Bastion. Doomfist is going to be satisfying to play like headshotting with Widow. That's exactly why I like it. Like I enjoy unfair matchups.
Like
I like playing that shit. When you land that one shot and it's just like, yeah, you never had a chance. I fucking love that. I live for it. Why I play Anna, because people don't have a chance against her. Of course, then that happens and you get caught out of position, McCree has a flashbang and you just go down like no fucking tomorrow. Like a ton of bricks. Or like a 7-foot Nigerian dude.
60 seconds remaining.
This could be a good punch. No, it doesn't quite find the tracer. Right click's doing a lot of damage, but Swoosh just comes in and cuts him down. They're still running this Bastion, by the way. Destro looking for anything he can. Gets set up, does have the tracer in his sights, cuts her down, no problem. With the Mercy there for support. Keeping him alive, does try and self-heal though. With the Mercy supporting him, shouldn't be trying to do that because we'll just go down in fucking no time at all. Boombox biding his time. Might be waiting for his supports.
30 seconds.
He's been trying out stuff. Not really to much success, unfortunately. Who do you think counters him so far? Reaper. McCree is okay against him, but McCree has like other vulnerabilities, what makes him kind of weak. Farah is just very good against team comps revolving around Doomfist. I'd say Zarya is also relatively strong against him, because if he can just barrier people he's hitting, he's going to have a hard time getting anything done. Tries to punch the Farah. Doesn't quite land the shot. Reaper and definitely Sombra. I wouldn't say definitely Sombra. I think Sombra is like a very complicated way of where you have potential simple solutions out there. Like, Sombra is the complicated way of doing it, which is kind of Sombra in a fucking nutshell, right? But if you just kill him with stuff that's good at killing him, which will be Reaper, McCree, Soldier, Farah, wow.
Oh, he's gone into
Boombox.
He's gone Meteor there.
Yeah. That's going to work a lot better. Doesn't Punch go through Zarya bubbles and still boot people? I'm not actually sure how it interacts with Zarya bubbles. Meteor Strike goes through the brace, literally on Bastion! Oh no! Poor Bastion.
Complete. Final score 0-3.
Series Gaming Blix. Yeah, Tavik, like I said this before, Tavik is one of the hardest workers in Europe in my mind, and so he wants to, like, this is literally him trying to figure out Doomfist, being honest.
Well, it's pointless playing in non-competitive environments as well.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
Honestly, does annoy me with some of the so-called pro gamers who fuck about, because when I played football, I don't think I ever fucked about at any moment. It's kind of the way I approach what I do now, in a way. I don't know. I just hate wasting time. It just annoys me to no end when people want to mess about.
I think for some people it just helps them
I'm
unwind.
quite old as well. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to mess around.
Oh, these kids. Playing the Bastion mains and Torbjorn mains when they could be practicing. I think we'll try and do one more of these guys and then we'll call it quits on the stream. And it seems like she'll be good with and against Doomfist. It's kind of my thoughts. My only concern with like Annering for Doomfist is that once he's engaged in a fight, you will have a hard time hitting him because he's just going to be surrounded by people. So like trying to hit people when they're surrounded by other people as Anna is kind of fucking difficult. But if you can constantly put healing into his back, then yeah, he's going to be unstoppable. Like that'll be really, really strong. The only other concern is he doesn't synergize well with Nano, but if you have someone else like Soldier who does, or Genji, yeah, no problem. Even just like Winston. Mighty convenient that the Roadhog nerf just in time to stop him from being from shutting down Doomfist. Yeah, I mean Roadhog should still do okay against Doomfist, to be honest. Like he'll just land the meat shots and kill him, and I don't think Doomfist can kill Roadhog before Roadhog kills Doomfist. What about Arisa as a counter? No. She just doesn't have the damage output, she's too big, she'll take way too much damage from his left clicks, and his abilities all just completely fuck her up.
At one point, I'll just do a video on Arisa, but just dissect the design of that hero and how the hell it ever came to be, and why they thought it would be a good idea. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I literally have no idea why they thought that would be. I mean, I remember the first time I played it, I was like, this is pretty good, right? It's cool. A lot of these abilities. I was taken aback by the fact they were nicked off of the heroes as well, to be quite honest. But I was like, all right, I can see how this kind of works. It's an attempt, you know, the anchor tank. It's the attempt to not replace Reinhardt, but supplement him. But you know, try and take the game in that direction. But the game's gone in a completely opposite direction to that. And I just,
if the game slowed down, then Arita would be great. But it's just done nothing but speed up, and so
it makes me wonder the reason why they've pushed out this Doomfist release now instead of doing it for BlizzCon, because they probably knew that they needed to come out with a good hero, you know, like because of Arita. Like...
Well, it more surprised me that they push it out now instead of like doing it at a Gamescom or something. Although I suppose Gamescom is close enough to BlizzCon that you start asking, well, why not do it at BlizzCon? And yeah.
Well, I mean, who knows? Like, who knows?
Yeah, it's Blizzard. Blizzard can kind of just do whatever the fuck they want and it will work. So. Otherwise, how are we doing, chat? Have you tried Doomfist?
Stops when he hits them, but they carry on and they'll bash into the wall if the wall's close enough. And if they hit the wall, I think it doubles the damage. So if you do like the instant right-click punch, it does 50 damage, but if they hit a wall, it does 100. If you fully charge it into them, you just smash. You just basically delete them.
Yeah, like the multiplier increases with the more charge you have. So if you just tap them, it'll do double. If you do full charge, it'll do like double and half. So it's like a full charge punch is 100 damage plus
like
wall is 150.
Well,
so it's kind of brutal.
I don't think Doomfist necessarily changes the dive meta. He just becomes another component in it. It's not like it changes as such.
He will change it in the regards that he'll probably shift and get rid of Diva to some degree. Like it's like the first day. It's difficult to fully speculate on how it'll all pan out. But
I mean, if he gets rid of Diva, then that means people like Soldier 76 just start nano visoring the shit out of everyone, and Anna starts coming back, and it's like
Tracer will come back in. And like Tracer will be even more in if you get rid of Diva. Like Diva is the only thing that keeps Tracer pinned back. So
Diva babysitting the back line is so annoying. Like I remember from the World Cup scrims. I think did you leave the Discord? Not the Discord, the TeamSpeak when we were talking about our Diva player. I think.
Yes, probably. But we did like the scrims. Was it yes? No, it was the day before yesterday.
It was the other day. Yeah, and they were like Boom was on about the defense. Spire was in the Discord yesterday, and I was like, yeah, Smacks needs to focus on protecting the back line because he would dive in with the Winston, which is like not optimal.
Like
and it was funny to me because it's happening to me all the time when I'm playing on my dodgy account where the Divas just sit on the Zen and I'm playing Tracer and it's so annoying. I'm like, fuck off, Diva. I'm there like, oh, come on, I would have one-clipped him. Surely I would have one-clipped him.
Yeah.
But there's this defense matrix in my face. I'm like, yeah.
It's what he does. I mean, it's like the way that I would explain it is that if you're playing Diva, like guys, if you're thinking of playing Diva and you're playing it in like a dive comp, think of it like playing football and like you mark Tracer. Tracer is your mark. If Tracer is doing fucking anything, you are prepared to stop her doing it. If you're doing anything else, you're fucking up. Like the only times you should be doing something else is if you're trying to get a bomb somewhere, or if there's something very specific you need to be doing, like stopping tac visor or something. But even then, you should be considering Tracer and that kind of stuff. So it's like that's at least how I think of it, and shutting down their DPS and making sure their DPS can't stop your supports means Zenyatta's then free to do stuff. If Zenyatta's free to do stuff, your team has a lot of damage on it as bonus, so it's kind of nice. I was watching Seagull play Doomfist a bit earlier, and he was insane. He said he thinks he'll take Genji's place in the meta. So the thing with watching Seagull play, and like part of why I was happy to do this, is Seagull is playing against Platts at the moment.
Gold players, right? If you go into PTR, right, it will just match you with any old I was going to say an offensive word, any old player of the game. And it's not great. This is much better what's happening here because these are, you know, better than top 500 players. These are pros, most of them anyway.
Yeah.
Seagull is basically pub stomping people. Seagull is what happens when I play on the PTR, and I'm nowhere near Seagull's level. But if I go on there, it's just a joke. Like, you just whitewash people. It's like, oh, this seems quite easy.
So you got to be a bit careful. Like if you go and watch the pro play on PTR, just be careful on understanding the opponents that they're facing, and they can get away with just anything. So it's why like Seagull can go and play Bastion and just pub stomp non-stop on the PTR, no problem.
Well, even if you say 80% were Master, do you understand the level Seagull plays at and what Master actually means in this game?
Like Master will not stop Seagull. I will say this
player,
as a master player. Like, it's
he would trash me.
the thing with the comparison between pros and regular players is that pros, like, on my best day, a pro is still going to be better than me. And the margins are pretty enormous if they've been doing any kind of dedicated scrim, because they scrim for 6 to 8 hours every day playing against top tier players on the other teams. And so that kind of practice and that kind of level puts you so far fucking beyond. So I can hit, you know, low grandmasters, high masters by playing 3-4 hours every day, like 5 days a week. But these guys are playing 6 to 8 hours, 7 days a week quite often, sometimes 6 days a week, non-fucking stop, and they can just do whatever the fuck they like. The level that a pro is compared to others is distressingly huge. Especially now as the longer and longer time goes on, the pros are just getting more and more another level.
Yeah, it's hard to explain to people the difference in ability, because you're only as good as the level you're playing at, but the level they're playing at, like with each other and scrimming at such a high level, gives them such a major advantage when it comes to just ladder play. Like ladder play on Overwatch is very random, to be honest. It's nowhere near that. I mean, I do that pro overanalyze series on my channel, and it's really difficult for me to make that, because I can't sit there and go into massive detail on what's happening, because it makes no sense to the viewers, because they don't understand. They just see that and think that never happens in my games. Well, of course it doesn't, because they're executing extremely like fluid dive attacks. You know, it's never going to happen on the ladder. It never happens on, you know, I've been in games on the ladder with, you know, loads of top 500 players. You never see any, I mean, fucking hell, you don't even hear any communication on EU. It's just like, hello.
EU's silent.
Off, YouTuber. Oh, great. What are you doing in my game? Boosted. But yeah, it's so different, the level of a pro in anything. It's not just in Overwatch, like in absolutely anything, because they form their own community, and that community just gets better and better and better and better. It kind of, if you look at Korea in a way, and you see the sort of bubble they exist in, they get better and better and better and better with each other. And unless you've got that kind of really competitive environment, I'm not saying that's just unique to Korea, it can happen anywhere, but you need that competitive environment, which is, of course, one of the issues I've got with Blizzard just taking forever with the Overwatch League stuff and wrecking the EU scene. Because even though I think EU's still in a fairly decent position,
the problem is
just a wasteland. Like, well, actual NA teams, I'm like,
exactly, like European
and not fucking NA, right?
European teams are playing in other leagues. It's part of why like E United is so strong in Europe, is because Rogue and Envy are elsewhere. So E United are free to just shit all over Europe, and that's what they're going to do.
They go elsewhere because they wanted to shit all over the easy, you know, it's...
Yeah, and Rogue can kind of do whatever they like in North America. Envy are like naturally going to be having a hard time in Korea. Like, Korea is, if you want to play on the best Overwatch, then you go to Korea, because that's where people are playing. They have a competitive league to strive for. Koreans also just have a very different mindset in general. Like, how the average Korean approaches ladder is very different to how the average European or how the average American will approach it, where Koreans will use it as a measure of what is my best, how good can I get, and they will actually treat every ranked game seriously. Well, in Europe, like, when you start getting towards, especially like in top 500, these players start getting such a huge delta compared to like the rest of the player base that they just start fucking around and they don't care anymore. So you get like this lazy sort of top 500, which can shit stomp everything beneath them, but it's still like, it's never taken super seriously like it would be in Korea, or it would be in, well, yeah, just Korea basically at the moment. It just helps that the Koreans have a league to play for as well, so the teams playing in Korea know that there is a stable environment, so that when they are spending 8 hours a day scrimming, they know that they're going to get something from it, because there's a league. Whereas in Europe right now, if a team is scrimming for 6 to 8 hours a day, they don't even know if there's going to be a league there for them. It's why you're seeing a lot of teams die in the West, because there's, like, if you didn't qualify for Season 1, you can't qualify for Season 1 anymore.
Those teams were pretty bad teams, but like, obviously they might not have been bad teams if they actually had something to play for, you know, or they had stuff to actually do. Because you can scrim, but I mean, the difference between scrimming and an actual game is huge. Like, it's absolutely huge, and you'll end up in a scenario where you have these players with, and obviously we've seen it with the Apex stuff, players who have a phenomenal amount of, well, LAN experience, but just experience at that level of competition. because it's completely different to scrimming. It's just totally different. Like players can lose their minds in all kinds of situations, and it requires like a different type of mental fortitude, which you just do not get with, well, not having tournaments. And like you said, the top 500 in EU is just, and on an NA as well, it's just meme central basically. It's like, oh
yeah,
like I said, they're so much better on the whole than pretty much everybody else. They just piss around.
Yeah. And can see in chat, Doomfist needs a dash reset. No. Doomfist can one-shot people with his dash. He's not Genji. So you charge in, you kill someone, you charge, you bounce someone into a wall. By the time the team is, like, you're done charging, everyone's dead. It's not like Genji. Like, the point of Doomfist is once he's in, and he stays in. It's exactly the same as playing Vi in League. Like, you go in, you are staying in. Bouncing out takes a little bit more.
A dash reset. A punch reset, oh baby.
Can a Winston main be a Doomfist main? Honestly, probably. Like, I think that would actually be crossover quite well. As long as you understand how to engage properly, when to engage, and how to focus targets, yeah, you can probably do very well on Doomfist. The exact range of his uppercut feels very strange to me. Does it to anyone else? It feels fine to me. Maybe I need to play with it more, but it seems okay.
Yeah, you should have a combo meter.
Yes. It's not an ult meter, it's a combo meter. How do you organize a dive comp? Do you have a single person calling who to jump on, or organize around a specific hero? So in general, you're gonna have a single shot caller. I usually recommend that the shot caller, like in a public game, like if you're playing like with a couple of friends, I generally recommend Winston be the primary DPS shot caller, because once Winston engages, he has to wait 6 seconds to move around, while Tracer and Genji can move around a little bit more flexibly. So what Winston jumps on, Winston's probably going to be staying on for the next 6 seconds. So whatever he's going for, the other DPS need to sort of wrap around him. Of course, if you have more vocal players that play on like Tracer or Genji, then they can do it, but in general, it's like why I tend to nudge Ryan. Ryan, you need to call who we're killing, because that's who we're going to follow. And then, yeah, you generally just play around like, okay, we're going to kill this guy, and we're going to kill the shit out of this guy, and then just make sure you are actually killing the shit out of this guy. The amount of times in dive comps where people will dive in and then Tracer will suddenly notice, oh wait, I can kill this guy instead, and then tries to kill that guy, and then you end up with 2 people on 50 hit points, and no one's died. And you've just got to make sure that you are hammering that shit out, because that happens all the time. My advice as well, like with any communication, don't sound pissy, don't sound like a whiny little bitch as well if things are going wrong. Call clear, call concise, and call locations.
Problem on NA. Like, I don't know whether this is because I'm English or what, but you play on NA and it's very moany, and it's like,
that's my issue with NA.
Let's and I'm just go back to EU, because I'd rather have no comms than somebody going, oh my god, what's going on? I'm like, come on.
For me, the biggest tilt is always the disappointed sigh that occasionally comes in. Oh, guys.
It's like, come on.
And it's just like, what is the point of communicating that? It's to me, it's just nothing but deflection. Like I've said this before to people, you should be fucking playing Genji, because these deflects are insane.
I'll tell you a secret about Overwatch. If you do your character's job well, whatever that job may be, you will generally win games. It doesn't really matter what character you're playing, unless you're playing in certain tiers where, you know, like if you were a much better, like for example, I guess use me as an example. If I, for some reason, wanted to just play Reinhardt, I'd probably be stuck in platinum if I played Reinhardt, because it would be very hard for me to actually do anything. There'd be things I could do, but you are relying on the team, in which case it's just easier to go into DPS and carry yourself through. But that just kind of comes down to what type of player you are. But I think, I mean, we should make a video about what? I think somebody said about a McCree buff, increased damage by 5, so he could one-shot a trick. The thing is, though, right, McCree actually, I mean, the flashbang combo is what he's countering Tracer with. If you increase his damage like that so he can just pop her at range,
it'll be frustrating for the Tracer more than anything.
That's not really solving that anything. Like, McCree already has options to deal with it. McCree's problem is his mobility. One day, they'll do something to his little combat role, and he'll be able to roll a bit more. That's
Well,
what I reckon.
one day they'll nerf Soldier, and then hit scan Metal come back in, and hey, McCree's back. Like, those two are on a seesaw, so if one's in meta, chances are the other one probably won't be. It's just sort of the nature of the two of them. Here we go. We actually have a game. They sorted shit out. Whereas, like, I don't know if you were watching the chat, but at one point they were to, like, does Stylosa want to play? Which would be disastrous.
No, I wasn't watching it.
What do you think is the skill gap of Doomfist? I think you mean skill cap of Doomfist, you know, to learn him? Or, like, he's, like, relatively difficult to learn. Because if you aren't aware of how the game functions, you will just charge in and fucking die. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know what's been with Boom.
You're covered. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Defend objective A.
Oh damn, Boombox, that boy. Plays a fucking mean Zenyatta though. Let's forget Doomfist. Let's see what Zen's up to. He's just shelling the shit out of people, waiting for the kill, waiting for first blood.
I'm watching Zarya. What the hell? No.
Let's see what Tavik's up to. He's got Soldier in his sights, actually. Could be bad for Destro. Destro so low. Does back away, though. Tavik managing to survive. Reinhardt now getting on to the point. We've got Reinhardt versus Reinhardt. Believe it or not, he's here. He's going to get slammed into the wall. Almost gets punched into the back, but not before Swoosh can land the kill. Destro can land the kill, even. This is sort of what we were saying earlier about Soldier 76 being real good against Doomfist. If he can just land those shots,
really good.
it will tear Doomfist a new arsehole in like 2 seconds flat. So you've got to be real careful about where these Soldier 76s are. There's one team not even opting for the Doomfist on the offense. Don't they know it's PTR?
No, they're playing seriously.
Almost have an EMP as well for next push.
The movement of this,
He's get wherever he likes. Tavik can see where the translocator is as well. Oh no! He moved away just before he got a chance to do it. He's going to completely annihilate that Reinhardt barrier. Fire at will goes in. EMP, though, blocks a lot of the damage. We do have a Dragon Blade coming from somewhere. Zeal looking for anything he can find. Doesn't really seem to get anything, though. Does have Nuki in his sights. She's just going to back off. Feel pretty good. Tavik's here, even in support, acting a little bit of peel. Does uppercut in the middle of a subway tunnel, so not really going to get too much done there. Zeal, 7 hit points. Does last a long time, but not before Tavik can get the finishing blow and get him down. Boombox smashed into a wall.
You never want to be in a corridor with this guy. It's the worst.
Oh man, this poor Lucio. Please clip that. Chat, please. Oh god, the Genji. Deflect that. Like, Jesus. Just gets mangled.
I love the way he tries so desperately. Please, no.
Shadow, unfortunately, disappointingly, gets absolutely nothing. Call that the Sea Surfer special. Chat will know what I mean. Hard to tell how far you're gonna go with Doomfist E. Yeah, I think like they've got an interface for it where you're gonna like try and figure out the line. Tavik, Tavik, no, it's not where I wanted to go at all. Like they do have like a weird interface where you can see the cone, but it's really finicky. Oh god, the counter charge is just brutal. Like the fact that that works is disgusting. Soldier's right there. Oh.
Has he not seen the size of his fist?
Have you not seen the size of Reinhardt? Let's be fair. I think Reinhardt's fists are naturally that size. Let me grab this clip.
I'll never not stop loving old Reinhardt. He's beautiful. He's just falling off on hard times.
Yeah, exactly. He'll come back. Like, guys, that's how it all works. Characters you like will drop out of meta, they'll come back into meta eventually. Unless you're like me and you want to be a Widow main, but it's just like 3 years too much work.
And age is a problem.
Yeah. Like, fuck the amount of effort it takes to be a Widow main.
And it's also why you should be a flexible player when it comes to Overwatch and not just devote all of your time, 400 hours, onto Mercy. And then go, well, I can't play anything else.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Every time I play quick play, there's always one. 400-hour Mercy, quick play only.
Every time. There's like 3 in every single game.
It's... like, especially with quick play, okay? You can have fun with the game in the way that you have fun with it, but it's always going to look strange to me. Like, that'll always be a strange thing to me.
Yeah. But I like... And you like being more competitive, like measuring yourself against other people. Some people just play for fun, right? It's hard to get that into our head.
If they're doing it in quick play, I'm
there.
fine with it. If they're doing it in ranked, then that's when I get moody.
Yeah.
How's that Widow ult account going? It's gone. It's been changed. More to practice Tracer, and it might become... I might call it Lister, or Mr. Lister.
The Fister.
Mr. Lister, the Sister Fister? Yep. Just grind out some Doomfist. Diloser is so chill when he's on in his YouTuber mode, he's pretty cool. Yeah, this is the style I know. Like, most YouTubers are just normal people at the end of the day, guys. And there's personas and stuff that go into it. I mean, I can do exactly the same thing, where I can just do chill talking mode, or I can go into full caster mode, where we can pick a player. Let's look at Zeal. He's got the Lucio in his sights. He's trying to get onto Nuki. She's dangerously low. Down she goes. Cleaned up there by towers. He's got the Dragon Blade ready. He's going to be looking for absolutely anything he can find. Charging forward. Has to back away, though. Winston's just there preparing for him. They're getting ready to set up for something. Looks like the Winston duking away. Here comes the Dragon Blade, though, ladies and gentlemen. Does draw out that Primal Raise, though. Will get boot back. Transcendence going up even in support just to keep him alive. Doesn't get more than one, but did get rid of that Doomfist crucially. And the payload will keep rolling forward. Contested on the point. Sights coming out now from Swoosh. Now the boost is on him, but Reinhardt barrier blocking all of that damage. Does get rid of the Zenyatta in the back. Boombox going down there, and this might be what the defensive team needed. Like, you can just adopt the persona almost instantly.
Same.
Hello, Ryan.
It's not really a persona. It's just.
It's like a
style.
yeah. It's a mannerism.
My ultimate is ready. Tracer here.
And it's fun to do. It's still fun to occasionally, like, if a good play of the game is going to happen, just go and cast it. And, like, the entire fucking match you guys, you know, you're really good at that. And it's like, yes. Yeah, exactly.
Hello?
That's Ryan. He's lurking in the background.
I'm not trying to sell you PPI style.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, don't fucking...
My game audio is very loud. I can't hear.
I worked in fucking PPI complaints. Ugh. 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 Disgusting.
It's interesting to see how much the pros are using the ability for movement over...
Yeah, they're bouncing all over the place. Like, Boombox especially has been really good about moving around, but Tavika's generally been super strong on Doomfist. Like, Tavika's taken this fucking seriously, and he's getting results for it.
That's Tavik in a nutshell, to be honest.
Yeah, he's a worker. A little birdie told me that you mock my Reinhardt. You're just jealous of my mad skills. Yes, Sea Surfer, that's exactly it.
You need to be a skillful Reinhardt nowadays.
You need to be loony or incredibly patient. One of the two. There's no middle ground.
I'm both, so... I don't think Winston's going to suffer as much.
No, he can kind of take it.
It's a similar thing to Genji, where if they have no cooldowns and you're just on top of them, then...
Yeah.
Easy pickings, but the issue is that the cooldowns are so short that... he'll have something up.
Or he will get something up.
Yeah, exactly. Within the time that you take to just mow him down. I've been watching a stream a bit, so that was my Misconceptions answered.
Yeah,
I also
like
don't mind him being too divey because he is also, to an extent, very anti-dive. Because A, you can disengage with ease, and B, nobody really wants to get closer to him.
yeah. Like if you go super hard and he just catches someone with a punch, it's done.
Omnix will not be kept down forever. The ashes of the crisis still smoke.
That's an interesting voice line out of Doomfist.
The Omnix.
The Omnix will not be kept down forever. The ashes of the crisis still smolder. But I guess that's what he's like. That kind of puts into context the Widowmaker short, where like Mondata was suing for peace, whereas he wants conflict. So get rid of the main advocate for peace. Keep the pot stirring.
Makes it sound as if it's more about a vendetta as opposed to causing chaos to help his cause. Like he actually cares.
It's just your sort of classic bad guy ethos of
Basically got like a Klingon's mentality.
yeah.
What it's not.
Like let's just keep fighting everyone and the strongest, like social Darwinism in a nutshell, right? So.
Really doesn't use that uppercut ability other than to get high for the slam.
The thing, like, what always gets me is whenever you use the uppercut, the amount of horizontal movement you get out of the slam is just insane.
Apparently the damage, the higher... So
does it?
Interesting. Yeah, apparently the higher in the air you do and slam down, the more damage it does. Apparently, I saw that in a YouTube comment and I had time to check it.
We'll figure it out at some point.
Because frankly, I don't really want to look at it. It's too much at once that I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna have this will be back in the morning.
Yep. Oh! There's the combo. That's that. Oh Jesus! Uppercutting baby. Oh, gee, it's so. Oh,
This never gets old. This
it's disgusting. Baby Devo's on like 2 hit points and he uppercuts her and then just smashes Zenyatta.
It's just so brutal. It's like
yeah. Oh, the boombox! No! Oh God, he went for the Diva instead. I mean, it's the intelligent thing to do, but still.
Yeah.
There was a juicy.
Easy kill.
There was a juicy Zenyatta waiting to meet a wall.
That's a good reaction though, and restraint.
Well, this is why we're not pro gamers. Because I would have just gone straight into the guy on the floor. Yeah,
Meteor drop is ready. Get in position.
The most important thing here is that I just hope the pros are having fun.
Yeah, I mean, they clearly are.
Certainly been a topic of conversation.
Beautiful EMP combo.
There was a Korean Reddit post. Well, it was an interview with the Lunatic High coach, and he was saying even players like Miro and shit are getting sick and tired of what.
Yeah.
The game's in a pretty bad position where Lunatic High of all people are kind of going. Yeah.
Well, being fair, like pros usually do start burning out. Like, you generally need to have something else going on just to keep them from start going insane.
Yeah, that's World of Warcraft for me at the moment.
Like, I know a lot of people are looking at Taimu, for example, who's been in Korea for so long, hasn't had any downtime, living in hotels, and it's just like, that's gonna kill you eventually, you know? You will just snap.
I mean, you can see the effects that it's had on his body, that's for sure. Not to be mean.
Yeah.
I think
I get what you mean.
The first to admit that like he hasn't been eating healthily, and just hasn't had a routine that's healthy. So not even by gaining weight, I think just like
Hello there.
he's looking pale and just a bit.
He's looking increasingly like me, which is always a concern. There's a grab. There's the meteor strike. Doesn't really get too much though. Feels bad, man. You hear that, chat? Winners stay on the payload. Doomfist teaching us all valuable lessons.
Still getting moved on.
Rising uppercut.
I'm glad they got it done and out of the way though.
Yeah.
Now at least hero speculation from now on is going to be...
Soundquake, Hammond.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, we've been through this with Sombra. Like, oh no, Tavik! Bye!
I really want to see Athena. I really want to see Athena.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I just want a non-gimmicky hero.
Meteor strike.
So I feel to an extent that's what Sombra and Arisa were.
Oh god, the setup and punches, like the setup and kill is so good. It must be one of those pants-shitting moments when you get uppercut and you just know he's just gonna, okay, it's like, I'm done now. If he has anything, I am so dead.
I think this is why Roadhog was nerfed then, in the way that he was nerfed.
I don't think so. Like, I think it plays a part of it, but I don't think it like... Roadhog's still gonna be pretty good against Doomfist.
Well, I think more the last iteration of him would have been too good against Doomfist. Because it would just be hook kill. And then again, he had some nice juking going on between the two.
Yeah.
One's trying to hook, and one's trying to... It's kind of like the evil one to succeed, they need to risk a lot to do it. So obviously, if you're going to punch somebody in the face at close range, you need to very easy to hook.
I think people are going to say that Roadhog was nerfed because of Doomfist, but I honestly think it, like, Roadhog needed nerfing. He needed something happening to him. And I think the game is healthier overall because of that nerf. He might need a buff in another way, but...
Yeah, and if it doesn't work, they can just revert it. I think
yeah.
That's the main thing. It's better that they try it. I think that's the main thing. Like, if you don't like the change, then sure, but you've got to accept that Roadhog as he used to be can't exist. I mean, something up to Bastion, right? Nobody gives a shit because nobody plays Bastion.
Yeah. Oh man, just like a meter short on that Soldier 76. You think that Reaper's going to be better with Doomfist around? Yes. Reaper eats him alive. And like with Wraith form, if you can catch the dash coming in, you have no issues with it. If he comes out of fucking nowhere and slams you into a wall, then sure, you're going to have problems.
Yeah, I'm also not playing until tomorrow because I get my new PC set up.
Sure.
A decent SSD, I can at least...
Ninja him at the start of game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What surprised me is the amount of people that stayed in games even though they didn't get Doomfist. I was watching Seagull stream for ages and everybody was just like so coordinated. I try and play on all heroes and it's just before Doomfist. And May and Hanzo, like why?
Meteor strike.
I really do like the design of Meteor Strike, because for the enemy team, like, it's easy for us watching, but you can see the big blue circle, but the enemy team does not get to see that until, like, the last second.
It, yeah. So
it's really intimidating.
It's like,
it's also a really nice way to actually watch and spectate the game.
Yeah.
Which is like, I think they've stumbled onto a system here.
They need to put a button in that lets me just swap to that camera immediately.
Yeah. Just something that's really nice.
Just a zoomed out high angle. Let me just press the button and instantly have that angle. So if a grav goes off, I can just zoom to it.
Score 3-3.
There needs to be like a points of interest system.
I think they have set, like, you can preset waypoints in the Overwatch camera now, but it's
shit, this is happening, press a button and it takes you to it.
Yeah, like an automated
when
director.
Used, you just press a button and it puts you on that Genji's POV.
Yeah, an auto director sort of thing that Dota has, that Counter-Strike has.
You can reverse engineer it, call it the Overwatch Contenders, and every time there is a play, you press it and it switches to free cam, watching something else entirely irrelevant. We make fun because we care.
We do. How does one avoid getting their asses kicked by Meteor Strike? Seems like a really short delay between seeing the circle and dying. You just keep moving, is the big thing. Like, you've got to keep moving.
And if you're Zen and he's dropped it right in your head, just well, just accept what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Or use trans if you got it.
Like, to me, the best part about it is you literally cannot stop it as Zenyatta. So you are 100% forcing Transcendence, or you're killing Zen, which is like, okay, then Transcendence is gone. He's dead, so you can do whatever you want. I will say outside of the ultimate, like if Doomfist charges in and Zen gets a Discord on him, Doomfist just explodes. Like, look at the fucking size of this dude. He's enormous. He's ridiculously easy to hit.
I like everything about the ultimate for sure, because not only is it's straightforward, you don't really need to explain it. It's just more mind games.
Oh, Sombra, this is why you don't duel the boss.
I'll capture this objective.
The shields off that then.
So this is an interesting thing, is that Doomfist against turrets isn't that great. Like, you're going to deal 100 damage, but if it's the turret's tier 2, not going to give a shit. Also on the voice acting, I think it's really good. Oh, Arisa's getting mauled. Oh no. He did it on the other side of the barrier! It doesn't go through barriers! Spoiler. Then punched the fortified Arisa.
Escort the payload.
Yeah, I like Doomfist's voice acting. Like I mentioned earlier in the stream, I used to have a Nigerian chemistry teacher who was also like 6'7" and fucking enormous, but he had like the most deep, soothing baritone voice, and so he just put everyone to sleep. Which is not a good trait in a teacher, as it turns out.
Or it's a massive walk.
Yeah.
Although, you know, can never be too sure.
He's found Torbjorn. Torbjorn don't give a shit. Oh god, the burst from that!
Oh baby.
He just like soared at the top, that was great.
Enemy turret ahead.
This is the kind of batshit crazy heroes that I've looked at these.
Has reached the checkpoint.
Yeah, I was saying earlier on, this is like an Overwatch hero, isn't it? You know, it's the only kind of thing you can do in this game.
Maybe it does highlight how poor
Oh! Terry Crews will be Athena. That would be pretty amazing.
I was going to ask Sty if he wanted to like corroborate on Hammond speculation videos.
Where could we go with it? So, Hammond.
So basically, he needs to be the small gorilla, and then you have like a big gorilla which loves driving super fast and shouting about power. Hammond needs to just crash into things, and then you need like an old and wizened gorilla.
His legs.
Yeah. And then you need old wizened gorilla to call people cocks, and then you have it. And you just rename Winston to Clarkson, and then you go from there.
Ready for combat operations.
Do you think they'll make Terry Crews one of the earlier Doomfists? That could actually be not a bad idea.
You know, I was kind of hoping they did something, you know, used him in like a teaser trailer or something like that, and this Doomfist kills him or something stupid like that.
Yeah,
it would be a nice way of just giving a nod to him and then not using him in the game. But then,
I just wonder why. I wonder why not use him.
Probably too expensive.
Is expensive. That and like
used it. It's Blizzard.
The thing is, it's like the difference between Crackdown and Overwatch is that Overwatch could exist for 6-7 years. Like Blizzard do not let their IPs go.
Yeah.
So they need a voice actor that they can get in again and again and again and again.
Basically, get really cheap voice actors in.
Yeah.
And then just keep bringing them back time and time again. Zero.
Yeah.
That's better.
I mean,
He's
it'd be
trying.
even worse than suddenly changing the voice actor. I think didn't they change the Lucio voice actor in closed beta?
Not the Lucio. They changed Mercy.
But they changed it back.
Oh,
Let's
but they
break
changed
it
back,
down. That's what he used to say.
They definitely changed Mercy.
Well.
Yeah. Because old Mercy sounded a lot more mature, which I really liked, but she couldn't speak German. So the new woman they got speaks German. But like Reinhardt doesn't speak German, so I don't know.
And Torbjorn's got a very questionable accent.
Yes.
Like they had some leftover assets for a fourth Frost Viking and just thought.
Yeah. Very, 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 very. Boombox is trying to mount a post box.
Oh dear, goodbye.
Clearly taking this seriously.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Going back to the Korean comment chat earlier on, if they were doing this, they would not be trying to mount a letterbox.
Nice to see that pink-haired Russian back there. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It is. I do have a bit of a soft spot for the old girl.
It's one of the first heroes I started maining. Oh god, that Reaper shot was delicious. That was not! Swoosh! Swoosh, why?
You know, I think it was for me. I think she was my first golden weapon. Oh my god.
I know in the beta I picked her up really early.
Popping that cherry.
5-3.
Otherwise, guys, that's going to be it for the stream. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching some pros play Doomfist. I know I fucking loved it. Thank you to Sty and to Ryan for hanging out as well in the evening. Been good to have you guys on. No need to, like, you guys all know who Sty and Ryan are. Go follow them on Twitter if you're not already. They announce whenever they're doing stuff. And otherwise, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow, coaching the many, as normal, and then afterwards we might do some PTR games of some sort. We'll figure something out. Should be fun. I'll see you then. But yeah, I'm going to find someone to host now. Hopefully you can enjoy watching it. If they're going to keep doing with this,
Tavik, I guess.
yeah, if like Tavik's still going to be doing this, I'm going to host Tavik so you can keep watching these and enjoy the games. Thanks for watching to the end. Toodles.